Good morning. How's everybody doing? How's her doing? I was just listening to some nonsense. Some nonsense. We're going to listen to, this is like 2 weeks old, but I want to watch this little recap here of Sauce and PBD yelling at each other. Well, it says he almost cried and walks out. Probably clickbait. I don't know. I listened to like 2 minutes of this, and it did sound like he was about to cry at one point. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Oh my God. All right. We pull this up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Put it up at the top. Okay. Sauce and Adam. Let's see this. Let's see this.
Arrogant,
Credibility.
entitled victim.
I'm not even being arrogant.
Hear me out. What man can do that?
What do you mean? What
Every
man?
man
What man can change to increase their
Every man.
value?
Every man
Everybody.
Okay,
can
then.
or
So for
should,
me-
but they don't.
But that's their problem.
I agree.
Okay, then. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you. If you say, I want to be a playboy the rest of my life, keep living a life you're living. That's your choice. Keep living it. But don't sit here and say, well, let me tell you, this one girl used to be this. I'm playing all these videos, and just a week ago, I had a conversation with you about how we talk over certain things we say. You do it again the following week. After I had a conversation with you last week. After Sarah Huckabee Sanders looked up to me, I told you I don't like that. You can go hang out with a group here, and then you'll change. And you go hang out here, and then you'll change. You go hang out over there, you'll change. Make up your freaking mind. Who the hell are you? What is your identity? What do you stand for?
Does look like he's
Every
about
freaking week you change to somebody new. Who are you?
He does look like he's about to cry. PBD's big dog in him.
I don't.
It's
I
true.
fully
though.
disagree with that.
I agree with that. I fully believe that.
Because
I can't stand Adam.
I say one day
No,
I would
it's-
like to have a family.
I like Vinny. Vinny's funny. PBD's great. Adam, nah.
family.
No,
I think that's probably how everybody feels.
You're using that as against me to be.
guy comes up to me saying, hey, you don't like Adam. I hear you're going to fire him. Nope, that's not been the case.
In this video, Patrick Bet-David nearly reached the point of removing Adam Sosnick from the PBD podcast, and it wasn't over something minor. What started as a discussion quickly spiraled into a heated clash about modern dating, where Adam's mindset and repeated complaints seemed to push Patrick to his breaking point. This wasn't just a normal disagreement on the valuetainment set. It turned into a full-blown on-air confrontation that caught everyone off guard. You're going to want to watch this breakdown all the way through, because seeing Patrick directly challenge and break down his own co-host like this is incredibly rare on a platform this big. Get ready, because this moment escalates fast and doesn't hold back.
You're dealing with a girl who's doing all the host stuff out there. Why do you think that our friend
That's been
Andrew?
around forever.
No,
That's
because the
been
internet's
around-
only been around
No,
for 20
that's-
years.
that's
Why
been
do you think Andrew Tate has such a big following? Because he's talking about getting married and living.
The internet's only been around for 20 years? 2006? I had AOL 1.0 when I was 8 years old. When was that? 95, 94, 95. You're about 12 years off.
Happily ever after, or he's basically saying, guys, the hoes are out there. Let the hoes be hoes. Do what you want with the hoes. This is literally what he says, but don't marry them. Don't marry them. He just had a viral clip go out there with our friend Sean Kelly. He goes, they're going to do what they're going to do, but don't make the mistake like that schmuck who married Riley Reid and bringing this chick who gets DP'd for a living home to mom.
Who the hell?
Don't make that mistake.
You're taking the exception and making that the majority.
No, but that is what is becoming more common.
No, it's not about being more common. Adam, the more and more I think you're about to have a breakthrough, the more easily you're flattered and influenced and revert back to old way of victim thinking.
You're making this about me.
It is, though. It's not.
I don't give a shit. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to be okay.
No one's saying
I'm talking
what-
about the general man in society.
No, the general man in society
Is struggling right now.
No, the general man in society
struggling.
I'm not
No.
telling
They're
you they're
broke.
not.
I ain't struggling.
They're not getting laid.
I am broke and I am not getting laid. But he's right about that. But I'm not struggling. How about the average man is struggling because they don't know how to be content with nothing? What's one of my favorite verses in the Bible? It's is it in Hebrews? Oh, it's Philippians everybody says 4:13, but actually I like the verses that follow 14 or precede 4:13. Instead of just I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's about learning to be content no matter what. YouTube featured for a hangout stream. Yeah, I've been getting a couple ones lately. Everybody says Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but the more powerful verses are the lead up to that, where Paul talks about everything he's gone through and how he's learned to be content in all things. Not that I speak in respect of want. Want is evil. Why do you want? What do you want? You want things? You have no reason to want? What do you want? You want to get laid? You want to get married and have kids? You yearn for that? You burn with lust and passion? That's gay. You want money? You want more stuff? Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am in, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There's more that. Hold on, I didn't start. Those things which you have learned and received, flourished again wherein you were also, but you lacked opportunity. Where is it? Where does he talk about how he was stoned, he was imprisoned? Wherein you were also careful, but you lacked opportunity. What am I thinking of? Things were sent for you, an odor, a sweet smell of sacrifice. God shall supply all your need according to his riches. Those things which you have learned and received. I don't remember what I'm thinking of. I don't know, but he talks about how he was stoned, he was imprisoned, and he kept his head up. That's based. Guys are suffering out here. They're poor, they're not getting laid. That's not suffering. That's not suffering. That's only suffering because you're weak. Stop being weak. You're not suffering. If you rejoice in your suffering, you learn really quick. Once you learn to rejoice in suffering, the next step is to realize that you never suffered. There is no suffering. Suffering's an illusion of the world. You suffer for want. Stop wanting.
Yeah.
They're out of shape, they're sloppy, they're playing video games, and they're dealing with women who are basically saying, unless you have a yacht or a boat or a mansion, I'm not going to deal with you.
Good.
And they're like, oh my God.
First of all, the general man in society is not living near somewhere where there are yachts. You're in Miami.
Okay.
Miami's not America.
Use that as a metaphor.
No, the point.
Okay, unless you have a pontoon in Lake Minnetonka, I'm not hanging out with you.
Yeah, Adam, whatever you're talking about, that's victim language to me forever.
Okay.
It's the victim language.
I guess I'm a victim.
No, for sure you are, though. In this context, you
Tell
are.
me why I'm the victim
Sounds
here.
weak.
Because
life's pretty damn good
to
for me.
No, because when I was 23 years old, I said I would never me at 23 years old. If my daughter came up to me and said they're dating me at 23 years old, I would say I'm not ready to have you marry a guy like that. And I chose to change. If you increase your market value, your options go higher.
Okay.
Then you get to pick and choose.
Clearly.
Who can do that? What man can do that?
Me.
No. What man can do that? Not
A
you.
guy who's made it in his life, that has status, that has money,
Instead of being this
that has
arrogant,
credibility,
entitled victim,
I'm not
that you
even being
click-
arrogant.
Hear me out. What man can do that?
What do you mean? What
Every
man?
man.
What man can change to increase their
Every man.
value?
Every man
Everybody.
Okay,
can
then.
or
So for
should,
me-
but they don't.
But that's their problem.
I agree.
Okay, then. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you.
Okay.
Adam, the biggest criticism towards you is your level of hypocrisy and not being able to make up your mind. For example, if you say, I want to be a playboy the rest of my life, keep living a life you're living. That's your choice. Keep living it. But don't sit here and say, well, let me tell you, this one girl used to be this. I'm playing all these videos, and just a week ago, I had a conversation with you about how we talk over certain things we say. You do it again the following week. After I had a conversation with you last week. After Sarah Huckabee Sanders looked up to me, I told you I don't like that. So if you want to go do something else on somewhere else, do it. Don't do it in a place like this. And I've told you this 50 times. You lack respect in the way you communicate sometimes.
Okay. I apologize for
And
that.
I told you this how long ago? How long ago was this when I had this conversation? And you talk like this. It's like the guy's got 2 daughters sitting here. Okay, there's a part of a little bit this that respect goes a long way.
This is the moment where Patrick Bet-David completely breaks down the foundation of Adam Sosnick on the PBD podcast. Watch closely. Adam
He's a red pillar. He's just saying the red pill talking points. It's so lame. I don't give prescriptions. PBD gives prescriptions. Some of them give prescriptions. They'll say go to the gym, invest, save your money. Those are prescriptions. Then those guys will say, I don't give prescriptions. Yeah, you do. Get a vasectomy, sleep with 50 women. They do give prescriptions. They're just not good at it. Because that's not the true remedy to these problems. The leftist is going to point you to a therapist. The red pillar is going to point you to money and a gym and hoes. Who's pointing people to Christ? Who's pointing people to the cross? Not these guys. I know people are doing it, but not these guys. Not this guy. PBD's pretty based.
Immediately becomes defensive and starts claiming that things are getting too personal. But what Patrick is doing here is actually a sharp lesson in leadership, accountability, and mindset. First, Patrick labels Adam as someone who is easily shaped by his environment. In business terms, that's a serious criticism. It suggests a person doesn't stand on firm principles and instead mirrors whoever they're around. When Adam is around personalities like Andrew Tate, he leans into that lifestyle and attitude. But when he's sitting with Patrick and others on valuetainment, he suddenly shifts toward a completely different set of values. It creates the impression that his stance isn't grounded, but constantly changing based on influence and trends. Then Patrick introduces a powerful comparison drawn from the business world. He likens the current dating landscape to a downturn in a tough market cycle. When conditions get difficult, some people immediately blame the system. They complain, make excuses, and position themselves as victims of circumstance. But others take a different approach. They adjust, look for opportunities, and figure out how to succeed despite the environment. That contrast is the core of his argument. The point Patrick is making is that success, whether in business or relationships, comes from self-improvement, adaptability, and ownership. Instead of focusing on what's broken, the focus shifts to what can be improved personally. His criticism of Adam centers on that gap, a reluctance to take responsibility and make changes. That's why the exchange becomes so intense.
I just want to find this original video. What's up, Kokomo?
Because it's not just disagreement, it's a direct challenge to mindset in front of the entire audience.
And by the way, I can sit here and talk to Andrew Tate, have a phenomenal conversation with him, and I don't agree with his lifestyle, and I can sit there and say, that's what you choose to live, do it.
Why don't you push Andrew Tate like you're pushing me right now?
No, because why I have pushed Andrew Tate.
Not like this?
No, because for you, you want to have the family. He said he doesn't want to. You say you do. So you're like this guy. Andrew Tate, is like, this is me. Great, go. I respect anybody that believes in whatever they believe in. Doesn't mean I have to choose to live the way you live.
Yeah, but
for you, it's like this. You're so easily, what is the word that you're
Swayed.
Easily influenced? What is there's a word for it. What is the word that somebody can easily change their minds on? Not impressionable. It's a different, malleable. You're so easily malleable. Like you can go hang out.
Not the word I would have used. I would have just used swayed or influenced. He already said influence. That's a better word than malleable. Malleable is like metal's bending ability.
With a group here, and then you'll change. And you go hang out here, and then you'll change. You go hang out over there, you'll change. Make up your freaking mind. Who the hell are you? What is your identity? What do you stand for? Every freaking week you change to somebody new. Who are you?
I don't.
It's true,
fully
though.
disagree with you.
I agree with that. I fully believe that.
Because I say one day I would like to have a family.
No,
you're using that as against me to be like, well, where's your damn family already, bro?
Nobody said that to
This
you.
guy said this for the last 5 years. He doesn't have anything.
Nobody.
You already did bring up the fake dinosaurs, the real dinosaurs. Oh my God. I'm going to put you in timeout. I'm close to putting you in timeout, Rowdy.
Give Vinny the same vibe that you're giving me.
Nobody said that to you.
Keep that energy with Vinny.
Because
when you're trying to get him a girlfriend on my neck.
But Vinny, the difference between you and Vinny is Vinny wants to have a...
That's some pussy. That's a pussy move right there. Vinny hasn't said anything. Why you bringing Vinny up and putting his personal business out there? That was a a bullshit move. That's something you might see from these little gossipy drama queens in the panelverse. That's something you might see from them.
A family, and Vinny doesn't want to go to the clubs, 11 nightclubs, 24/7. He doesn't. He doesn't want to live that life.
Okay.
Period.
That's Vinny's choice.
And that's Vinny's choice. Guess what? I respect his choice because he's standing his ground that this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Vinny wakes up in the morning. Vinny chooses to read the Bible. Not because I told him to read the Bible, because I don't read the Bible in the morning. That guy does. He's the example to him. I'm not the guy that's like, you better read.
Dude, I like Vinny. Vinny's like, yep, I do. I sure do. Me too, Vinny. Dap it up. Dap it up, Vinny.
Read your Bible in the morning. That's a bad example. I don't do that. So I can't sit there and claim to do something that I'm not doing myself. Biggest criticism to you is make up your damn mind and stand up for something already. Make up your damn mind and stand up for something already. Truly, for you. The audience sitting there saying, Waldo, let me tell you, he's right. You don't know what the girls are like out there. Girls have been like that for as long as I've known girls.
Not like this today, Pat.
They've been like this for as long as I've known girls.
Okay, not like today, Pat.
You can say not like today.
Pat, I wish I could just have that in my DNA to say, look, Pat's my boss. He's the man, and I'm not going to disagree with him.
Adam,
I'm sorry. If I disagree, I'm going to say I fully disagree.
I don't care if you disagree. This are one of our key words on the freaking company is debate, but respectful.
Okay, am I disrespecting you?
The way you're presenting your argument is disrespectful.
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
Because I cursed one time, I apologize.
No, it's because I had a talk
but my
with you.
argument is not wrong.
I had a
because
talk
I cursed
with you.
one time.
No,
and I apologize about that.
Your argument for a person that wants to live that life is not wrong.
This all started because Adam went on Piers Morgan to debate against Dave Smith. First off, who picked that matchup? That's like me versus Rowdy having a dinosaur debate. Who picks that matchup? You know? You're going to put one of the top libertarian political debaters against this guy on Piers Morgan? That's crazy. That's a mismatch. And so what does Adam do? He starts being dumb and results to just calling names, and PBD said, we can't have that here. You can't be part of my clique doing dumb shit like that. You got to tighten up. And then I guess he did it again. So we're going to see what that's about.
Yes, if you want to live that life. And I'm telling you, it's a victim man's life.
Let's stop right here for a second and acknowledge what Patrick
Maybe stop sending him to debates. He can't debate.
Bet David is doing on the PBD podcast. For a long time, he allowed Adam Sosnick to get away with this kind of behavior. And over time, it made Adam far too comfortable, talking over people, losing his composure, and
Far too comfortable and far too confident. Actually, not confident. Cocky. You know the difference between cocky and confident? Convinced. But he probably thinks he's confident because he probably gets convinced that he's good at this. I don't think he's good at it.
and even using language that doesn't belong on a professional business platform like Valuetainment. In this moment, Adam clearly spirals, but if you really break down his argument, it doesn't hold up under scrutiny. He tries to place the blame on Chelsea Handler, claiming figures like her are responsible for shaping what he sees as a
Yeah, that sounds about right.
negative shift in modern women. He even points to examples from celebrity culture, like a former adult entertainer getting married, to support his idea of hotflation, arguing that women today have unrealistic
It's hoflation, not hotflation.
expectations and won't consider average men unless they're extremely wealthy. But this narrative doesn't align with actual research or data. When you look at what sociologists and economists have consistently found, there's a clear pattern known as assortative mating. This simply means people overwhelmingly form relationships within their own social and economic circles. In practical terms, someone earning a middle-class income is far more likely to partner with someone in a similar bracket. College-educated individuals tend to marry other college-educated individuals, and shared financial levels are still the norm, not the exception. On top of that, studies...
I don't know if I agree with this. Not with, well, I mean, maybe, I guess maybe, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I think when they're talking about hypergamous women, they're thinking of the outliers. They're trying to get like the hot chick, like the 9 or the 10. But average women that you just see walking around, they're probably with a guy that's in their same general range. But on these like whatever and these Fresh and Fit and Saucecast or whatever, they're talking to like e-girls, Instagram thoughts. And so, of course, these girls, they're not making a lot of, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they're looking for the millionaires. That's the girls that Adam is talking about. If that's the type of girl you're looking for, then yeah, you better have a yacht. But like, the chick at McDonald's is probably dating the dude at McDonald's. Like, they probably met at work.
From organizations like the Institute for Family Studies show that the concept of hypergamy, where women exclusively seek significantly wealthier partners, is actually becoming less common over time. One major reason is that more women are earning degrees and building their own financial independence. In fact, higher earning women are statistically more likely to marry, not less. What's really happening here is that Adam seems to be projecting a very specific lifestyle perspective, likely shaped by environments like the Miami nightlife scene, onto the broader population. He's taking a narrow, highly curated social circle and treating it as if it represents everyday reality.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Across the country. And that's exactly why Patrick steps in. Because what Adam is presenting doesn't reflect the bigger picture, and it starts to come across as frustration rather than fact.
Let me put it to you this way.
But it is going to be more common that like a check-to-check girl could get, if she's attractive, she could get with a guy who has more money and who's going to tell her, like, he'll get with her and he'll say, hey, you're cute, you're young, you want to have kids, seem like a decent girl, I'll marry you and you can quit your job. That's more likely to happen than the other way around, where the woman's got a lot of money and the guy is working at McDonald's. She's not going to look at him twice.
If
and they talk about all that stuff in the Red Pill, and I think I agree with that.
If I date a girl, she leaves me, she does something to betray me, and leaves me for another man with more money, am I the victim? Am I the victim?
If you have a victim mentality, maybe you are. If you're like,
What? That's a stupid answer. What a dumb answer. Well, wait. She leaves you for another guy who has more money because he has more money. Are you the victim? No. Now, if she cheats on you with another guy, then you are technically a victim of adultery.
I'm going to get back
I will
out there, dust up myself, and get out there, you'll be fine.
Give the ownership for that woman to see me as a victim. I will never give it that credibility.
I agree with you.
Perfect. So for you, you're saying, well, let me tell you all the girls, that's all the girls, all the girls, that. It's a victim's language. I don't know what just happened to the mic. Something happened to it, it popped. So whatever you guys did in the back, it just popped here for me. Okay.
Well, I apologize for cursing.
Dude. Guys.
And I'm going to say it
Before they pop
publicly.
off.
I think this was a very much needed conversation. I think the way that you and I interact on camera, even off camera, is
I think it gets
very
more
important.
heated.
I mean, we can have a great time together,
Let-
and then we can argue, and we can go back to neutral.
I had a conversation. Guy comes up to me saying, hey, you don't like Adam. I hear you're going to fire him. No, that's not been the case. I will tell you that the respect part is very important to me.
You
And
better
I've told you
tighten
this
up.
many times. And that's not going away anytime soon. It's not.
I
It's going to be
respect
very,
you, but I don't think
it's not just respecting me, respecting the audience that comes and tunes into us. We're not everybody else's show. It's a lot of shows that's like, fuck this, screw this, F this. This is not the show. This is to show that let's try to make our argument in the most reasonable fashion and be entertaining at the same time.
What an intense and unrelenting
That was
moment. Adam Sosnick tried to defend himself by pointing out that Patrick Bet-David has been happily married for 15 years and suggesting that PBD was just about drama. It was a check in
This
Adam
is
fully earned.
Clickbait. They said he did almost cry at that one point. It sounded like he was about to cry. But he didn't walk out. What did he?
These are website names that are still somehow available. So for Australian non-believers, Australia isn't real.
That was not as cool as a video as I thought it was going to be. Thought he was going to actually walk out. They baited me. They tricked me and baited me. So I tricked and baited you guys. I feel like Adam is going to cry at some stage. It did seem like he was about to cry, but he didn't walk out. I just saw this on my feed and it looked interesting, so I'm going to watch it.
Tons of incredible superhero games at this point. There are true classics from Batman, Arkham Knight, to Marvel Spider-Man.
Love Arkham Knight. Actually, Arkham City. No. Yeah, City is better than Knight. City's the best one. I didn't see the good.
To hell, even Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a really good superhero game. At this
What?
point, it
That looks
seems like
sick.
developers have figured out how to do a good superhero game, and yet one remains. The most iconic superhero of all time. The original.
The original what? Superhero?
So, what's the holdup? What's the problem?
This is why it's so hard to make why a Superman video game is so hard to make. I feel like they're going to say because you would basically need a whole planet sized map because Superman could he could fly around the whole planet like that. Like Superman flying around the city and like fighting people is kind of dumb. Any superhero could do that. You can make a video game of any superhero where he does that. But Superman could like fly around the earth so fast that he spins it backwards like God and makes time go backwards. You would need a planet-sized map. You'd need like a galaxy-sized map.
What's the hubbub, bub? Why's making a Superman game? Apparently.
But then again, that's not even a good... It looks like they do have a Superman game. Oh no, this is not a Superman game. This is Grand Theft Auto with a Superman mod. But if they can do a good Dragon Ball game, Kakarot is a great game. But kind of like this, like Kakarot, you don't really get to experience being Goku. Because you're like flying around the map and it's like Goku could just instant transmission over there.
Harder than damaging Superman. Because here's the thing. People have gotten close. There's games that flirt with the idea, moments that almost crack it, even projects that basically do it. And yet, there's no good Man of Steel game. Hi folks, it's Falcon. Become a member of the 1% Club for the Unhinged Stuff weekly. Today on Game Ranks, why is a Superman video game so hard to make? So I've seen a fair few number of people attempt to answer this question, and it seems like it always lands on Superman is too powerful.
strong.
And on paper, yeah, that's definitely true. The guy is essentially invincible. I mean, there's not a lot of kryptonite floating around.
It's the same as Dragon Ball. You can't you can make it, but you can't actually encapsulate what it's like to be when you play Spider-Man. If you got like a big screen TV and you turn the lights down, you can like get immersive and you feel like, oh, I'm like Spider-Man. I'm like fighting and stuff. But you can't like get immersed and be Superman, you know? Kind of structured like No Man's Sky scale. I never played that one.
Metropolis. There's more than you would think there would be, but not a lot.
Grunts.
Guy flies faster than sound. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. He can freeze stuff with his breath. He can wear underwear on the outside of his clothing, and no one busts his chops in world. And when you really think about it, that does present a challenge for developers, which is presenting a challenge to the player when you're basically an invincible dude who is in no way embarrassed to be seen in his underwear and a cape at once. The people who have actually attempted to make a Superman game
I remember that
respond to this
game.
problem by basically
Bro, I played
nerfing
that game. That game
Superman,
was so hard.
Which, you know, to some extent makes sense. You can't exactly make a beat 'em up with other characters and Superman being playable where Superman gets to have the amount of power Superman has. There's just no point in the game. Same time, it's kind of like making a racing game where the cars can't go faster than 20 miles per hour. I mean, you could probably make that, but it feels like it's missing the point a bit. I mean, maybe the racing game where the cars go 20 miles per hour is missing the point a little bit more than Superman being able to beat him up and have his powers. You get what I'm saying, right? Either way, it's missing the point. Games are kind of built around the possibility of failure, and Superman isn't. The problem is, at least one game solved.
Was he pulling a whole galaxy of planets on a chain? What?
That. So in 2000.
I don't care. Goku will still whoop his ass. Whoa.
2006, Electronic
What'd I just
Arts
do?
published a Superman Returns game. And instead of giving Superman a health bar, it actually gives the city a health bar. And that's actually a really good idea because Superman stories actually have the exact same problem that Superman video games have. You can't hurt him. How do you have stakes in a story where the guy's invincible? Well, the best Superman stories are not about him getting hurt. They're about him not being able to prevent somebody else or just everyone else from being hurt. Superman generally can't.
Whatever, man. Batman beat him with kryptonite. Goku would instant transmission to Krypton and come back with a dang kryptonite rock. He wins.
Save everyone, and that's generally his cross to bear. He's an all-powerful dude amongst a bunch of relative weaklings that he relates to. Every person that he likes or loves could be killed by a thing that would be the equivalent of a paper cut to him. Now, I don't want to talk about Superman Returns for too long because although they did solve that problem, on paper, it doesn't mean the game was good. There are some things it does.
It was
well.
hard.
The flying is pretty cool. Metropolis as a city in a video game at the time, 2006, was also pretty cool. There was a lot of stuff that didn't work. Its Metacritic score was like something in the mid-50s, and it's not like it didn't deserve that. And it's here that I'm going to posit that's
up, Brad?
actually not the problem with Superman games, because although everybody seems to land on that, what is generally regarded as not a great game, in fact, the last, I think, AAA Superman game solved that problem in a manner that, again, on paper, I think is good, like does it. Renders that problem obsolete as far as I'm concerned. So what's the real problem? I think it's actually a confluence of things. The primary thing I want to talk about is Warner Brothers. The company Warner Brothers.
Okay, that's an angle I didn't think of. Warner Brothers rights, like gaming rights. Warner Brother has games.
And I mean, there's one very obvious problem there. It's that Warner Brothers doesn't really know what to do with their video game studios. They're often kind of floundering in that. But I want to go.
And then they show Hogwarts Legacy, which was a smash hit of a game. Great game.
Even a little bit further than that, I want to talk about Monolith Productions for a moment and their final project, the canceled Wonder Woman game. Now, there are things beyond what I'm going to say
Hallelujah.
that affect this situation, but
Darn, I don't get to play the new Wonder Woman game. Man, I was really looking forward to it.
I want to use them as an example, as kind of a victim of the major companies' decisions and problems. Kevin, Eric, and myself on the Falcon Show are pretty regularly mourning Monolith Productions, and I think their closure is a bit.
That's Shadows of War. That's a great game too, which I never beat, which I have on my computer right now. I played it probably, 10 years ago when it first came out. When did it come out? I don't know, but I played it for a while, and then I got my laptop stolen, and I tried playing it again on that laptop, and it wouldn't. It didn't work good. I could play it on this computer, but last time I tried to play it, I had no idea what was going on. I need to just start the game over, because there's so much in that game, and I have no idea what is going on in the game.
Bit of a loss to the world. We're always talking about stuff like that on the Falcon Show. Check it out.
Wonder Woman would be nice if they styled it right. No, Matthew, I'm not playing a Superwoman game.
By becoming a 1% Club member. Anyway, so the original Wonder Woman movie was pretty well received. It did well at the box office. People liked it, and obviously
That's just because Gal Gadot is bad.
made the company go, well, we should probably make a Wonder Woman game, right? So they put Monolith Soft on it. Apparently they were going to do Nemesis Engine stuff, which would have been really
That's
cool.
Shadows
but
of,
Wonder Woman
Mordor.
was one of the few DC movies that did well in that way. They all made money, but the DCU was not the kind of consistent thing that the MCU was.
That movie was
Maybe
horrible.
to the point of fault. Marvel's problem actually is kind of that consistency at this point, but that's another topic. Rather than spending the time figuring out why people liked Wonder Woman, they
Gal
instead
Gadot.
just dumped the entirety of the next Wonder Woman project on the director's shoulders, who wasn't really sure what to do. They assumed that because she directed the
Hey,
first film and
JB,
people
fuck
liked it,
you,
that she should write
Bobby.
the second film, and gave her carte blanche
God,
to do
she's so
whatever,
bad.
and, well, that's actually not
That's my girl right there.
how you should do that. I mean, obviously, because she wrote it and directed it, she does deserve plenty of the blame, but I think Warner Brothers made the wrong decision being like, well, Patty Jenkins directed the first one, so that means she should be in charge of absolutely everything on the second one. Because Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. People generally think that it sucked too. It's not just that old Falcon's cranky and thinks the sequels are bad. The movie literally tries to do everything and be everything. Like its plot is centered literally around that, around magic, around everything being possible, and well, it's starting to sound like a familiar problem.
That gold suit should have been tweaking. That's what I remember Seinfeld. They're like, she's tweaking. Not talking about being high, but you know when the nips, you could see the nip lump through the clothes. She should have been tweaking in that gold outfit.
Isn't it? Both a problem for video games and a problem for the idea of a Superman
Dude,
video
stop
game.
showing
I
this
bring this up
Superman
because
game.
that
It's
movie
so
is treated
bad.
as a failure, and the way that Warner Brothers treats failures, it's kind of different.
Space 44 super agents.
Ad.
A lot of companies do. If this were certain other companies, you'd still be seeing Wonder Woman movies. Not so with Warner Brothers. Wonder Woman has ceased to exist following Wonder Woman 1984.
Why are we
It has
talking about
ceased
Wonder
to exist
Woman?
to such an extent that the studio working on a Wonder Woman game also ceased to exist. Like, apparently that was their reason for existing in Warner Brothers' eyes, so they shut them down. I will remind you that usually things are a little more complicated than this, but I think the aspect of Wonder Woman I am talking about here, and of failure and success in Warner Brothers' eyes, is one that people aren't going to dispute. The Superman Returns video game wasn't just bad, it was another bad Superman game. The previous high-level Xbox exclusive Superman the Man of Steel was widely regarded as very bad, with a 44% on Metacritic. That same year there was a Superman
That's the one I played. Okay, I never played the one where the city had a life bar, but I played this one.
an animated series game that came out on PS2 and GameCube.
It was so
called
hard.
Superman Shadow of Apocalypse. It fared a little bit better with a Metacritic score of 64%, but I also think part of that is due to the fact that they had the entire voice cast of the show in the game, and I do think that counts for something. And the previous mainline Superman game to that came out in 1999 on the Nintendo 64 called
played that one
Superman The New Adventures, which is widely regarded as one of the worst games ever made. Superman The New Adventures,
All
or
of these. I
Superman
played all
64, or the New Superman Adventures, or whatever the hell this game is called, has a number of levels that have design flaws that make it more or less not possible to
beat it
without cheating. I'm not going to bring up the myriad of handheld and mobile Superman games, but those were also not well received.
I wonder
and
if
effectively they stopped making Superman
Beast
games, either the
never beat
mainline
it.
ones or throwaway mobile titles
He had
in
to have.
2006. That's 20 years ago. They had taken such a beating with failure after failure after failure that I kind of think they were embarrassed by the prospect of another Superman game at all. And I kind of think they still are. If you bring up the prospect of a Superman game in the Warner Brothers offices, I have to imagine people start walking around like dogs with tails between their legs, like, I don't know if you do that. If it doesn't turn out well, we're going to get lambasted for it. And that's true. They're not wrong if that's what they think. If they did make a Superman
Open
game
world makes
and
it hard.
was on the level of the quality of previous Superman games, that's exactly what would happen. I bet there would also be another round of videos where everybody says the reason you can't make a Superman game is because of what I said at the beginning that I don't think is the actual problem. And I think this is a good place to mention that there are a lot of games that aren't Superman games, but do it right. Now, granted, they don't usually feature Superman. First off,
hold on. Okay, this video is getting boring. This is Thab.
Am I
an Thab the Beast? He played and beat every Nintendo 64 game. I don't know if he ever finished this crusade that he was on. I wonder if he has a playlist. Did he ever finish this? Because this is 4 years ago.
Huge challenge, beating every N64 game ever released, including Japanese exclusives. No guides, no help, all done on the original console just like it was back in the day. The twist is the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no idea what's coming next. In the last video we played some hockey, and now we're well, you'll see. If you enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, as it does help out with a lot with discoverability. And if you want to Superman 64, developed by Titus Interactive, released in 1999. Many of you have probably heard of this game being one of the worst games ever made, and I'm here to try to change your mind on this. I'd personally never seen this game before, so I was going in with a completely fresh perspective.
Oh, you about to find out, my boy.
To give my completely unbiased opinion on
Thab, you about to find out
the game as we go through my journey to beating it. Basically, this game only has a single player mode.
Yeah, he talks about when he plays the sports games, he's like, well, there's really no win like, this is Nintendo 64. This is before they had like achievements and stuff. So you couldn't platinum it. So he's like, how do I say that I've beaten this? We're going to play through a season and I'm going to win the Super Bowl or something on hard mode.
So our goal in beating this game is beat that story mode. The difficulty was set to normal by default, so that's where I left it. So when the game starts, there's this dude, I guess it's Lex Luthor, and he's like, you'll never find your friends in this virtual world, and that's literally all the lore we get. Look, I'm not really into superhero stuff at all, so I only know a tiny bit about the characters in these universes. Anyway, the game immediately dumps us into gameplay, and Luthor says, if you want to save your friends, solve my maze. And then we just have to start flying through a bunch of rings. I'm not sure how he set all this up or why, but if this is all we have to do to save our friends, then sign me up. So basically you have to fly through these rings in the correct order within the time limit. If you miss more than 3 rings or run out of time, you see this big message that says Lex wins, and you have to start all over. After finishing the maze, the game instantly puts you into a new mission without any kind of warning whatsoever. And this first mission only gives you 6 seconds before you lose, so I
I do remember this game. This game sucked so bad. It was so hard.
had to throw 2 cars before they crushed innocent people. I barely even had time to process what was happening before Lex wins. Unfortunately, if you lose one of these missions, it puts you all the way back to the start of the maze.
Then there's no time to waste.
What? You gotta do this again? This would become incredibly frustrating throughout this playthrough. Also, I'm not sure what Lex Luthor thinks a maze is, but this sure isn't it. The rings clearly indicate the path you want to follow, and there's even a marker pointing you in the correct direction. So nothing I could do other than solve the maze again. I was too slow on the car mission afterwards, as the car ran over some dude on a skateboard that looked like Dale Gribble from King of the Hill. Back to the start we go. Finally, on the 3rd attempt, I saved the citizens, although the game didn't really make it clear that I did. So what do you think happens when you save these citizens? A new mission, some kind of cool screen celebrating your victory? Would you believe it that immediately it has Lex Luthor saying, if you want to save your friends, then solve my maze. Again. And now we have to solve another one of his mazes. It's at least a different path from the last one, but other than that, it's completely the same. So after solving another maze, we get another one of these random missions. This time we have to put a police car at the end of a road. Which car? Which road? Where is it? Fear not, because none of these questions will have time to be processed by your brain in the literal 2 seconds it takes for the car to get blown up by rockets. Back to the start of the maze we go. The second attempt went equally well, as I threw it on accident due to the weird controls. The third attempt was also a disaster, but then something amazing happened. After the 3rd attempt, the game spawned me back at the car mission rather than the maze. I guess this is kind of like a pity checkpoint for being bad type thing, but I didn't care. Look, I'm just going to be blunt with you before we get further into this video. This game's kind of bad. It's clunky and it just flat out doesn't make sense. Like, look how this police car behaves. Stop. Get off my head. Anyway, after saving the police car, we have yet another maze. This leads to another random mission where we beat up some dudes, then another maze, then another random mission where we blow away tornadoes, which uses one of Superman's powers, the super breath. As you might guess, it's very, very janky. Then another maze, but something different happens after the 5th maze. We're greeted with a message, Superman wins, instead of another random mission. Finally, some sort of progress and something different. So this is apparently now mission 2, and Mala wants to blow up Metropolis Hydroelectric Dam and flood the city. We have to disarm the bombs before it's too late. This level's completely different. No mazes, no flying, we're indoors now, and the game also gives us no indication as to what to do. As surprising as it is, this mission is so much worse than the previous one. The flying physics in this game are actually done pretty well, and as repetitive as flying through the mazes is, it at least works right. Literally everything else though is just not very good at all. Also, the music just keeps repeating the same like 5-second loop over and over. It just starts to drive you nuts after a while. Also, you get no checkpoints in the entire mission. They Lex Luthor himself, or at least I think it's him, I don't know. After
this is the most played.
Are just not ever an enjoyable experience in a game, and this game is no different. She walks so incredibly slow, and if you get too ahead of her, she gets attacked, and you have 10 seconds to save her. Also, apparently you're able to just freeze her, and she's fine, and she even thanks you for it.
This little light of mine.
So that she doesn't die, you can just freeze her in a block of ice.
It was cold, but thank you, Superman. Finally, at the exit, there's the only thing left to stop you is Metallo. Unfortunately for me, he instantly shot a laser at Lois and killed her, so I had to do the entire mission all over again. I'd literally been on this thing for over an hour, and I got 0 checkpoints, so I had to repeat all of it. At least I knew where to go this time. Thankfully, it only took 1 more try, otherwise I might have lost my mind. 5 more mazes, and then it's on to the next mission. Now, photographer Jimmy Olsen is being held prisoner in an underground parking complex of the Daily Planet by Darkseid. We have to rescue him, too. Apparently, we have to actually capture Darkseid.
I just want to see what the end of the game looks like.
This place is just an absolute this game on the default difficulty, which is the rules of this challenge. So there you have it, my journey to beating Superman 64. And tells that he's in trouble, and the camera pans to some ice in the ceiling. What do you want me to do? What? What? What do I do? Oh my god, what just happened? Honestly, I have no idea what that was, but thankfully it didn't cause me to lose and have to do this whole thing all over again. Finally, we lead him to a door, and he just says goodbye, and then he leaves you, and now you're on your own. Turns out that hole in the ceiling's how we're supposed to exit. No idea where it came from, but yeah. So then after we finish this mission, the game tells us we destroyed all the enemies in the city, but we need to beat it on the hard skill level to save our friends from the virtual world. And then it just cuts back to the main menu. Turns out that last mission we just beat is only available on normal or harder difficulty. and there is a final mission available on hard difficulty. I tried using cheat codes to access the true final level, but none of them were really working correctly, so I just decided, you know what, I guess this is just the ending of the game. Sure, we'd get some true ending cutscene or something like that if we played on hard, but dude, I'm not playing through this again to find out what it is. So whether you like the outcome or not, I did beat this game on the default difficulty, which is the rules of this challenge. So there you have it, my journey to beating Superman 64, and my god.
Wow, that was anticlimactic. Looks worse than Roblox. I don't know if he... Oh, wait. No, 7 days ago he uploaded one. See, why don't these come up in my feed anymore? He's 7 days ago. He's been doing this for 4 years. 7 days ago, he uploaded a new one. He's on 237 out of 394. So he's only a little more than halfway done, and he's been doing this for 4 years.
I'm beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 237, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Released in 1996, this game was developed by Leland Interactive.
Great game, by the way. One of my favorite, probably one of my very favorite Mortal Kombat games is Trilogy.
Media and published by...
Because it's 1, 2, and 3 combined.
Midway. Wow, we're this far in and we're just now getting the first Mortal Kombat game of the challenge. There are 3 in total, so I guess it's not all that unlikely.
But if you beat Mortal Kombat Trilogy, do you really have to beat 1, 2, and 3?
Anyway, I'd never played this game before. In fact, based on the name, I thought this was a compilation cartridge with the first 3 games on it. Turns out this is an update they made to Mortal Kombat 3, which I have played in the arcade. I was a dumb kid growing up who would play the games of...
Is that true? No. I had Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PlayStation, and it wasn't a compilation game. It wasn't like you play through 1, you play through 2, you play through 3, but it had all the characters. Dude, N64 Mortal Kombat Trilogy sucks. PlayStation Mortal Kombat Trilogy had every character from 1, 2, and 3.
Chance to win tickets for bad prizes instead of playing the actual fun video games when I went to an arcade. Definitely wish I thought differently back then. But yeah, as you may be able to tell from previous fighting games in this challenge, I'm not so good at them. I really hope this one isn't too challenging, but I've heard things about Mortal Kombat CPUs being super hard. Let's get into it. Wait.
I've never beaten a Mortal Kombat tower legitimately. I did have a turbo controller on my Super Nintendo where it had switches, and if you picked Liu Kang or... There was 2 characters you could pick where basically one of their special moves... Liu Kang is the one I would always use. His special move was if you hold down B for 5 seconds, then you do the bicycle kick, the... Don't clip that. But so if you had the turbo controller and you flipped the B switch, it was like you were constantly pushing and holding B. Like it was like B was like it was turbo B button. If you flipped the B switch and you went into a Mortal Kombat tower with Liu Kang and you flipped the B switch on the turbo controller, you could just set the controller down and walk away, and when you come back, you'd be fighting Shao Kahn or Goro or Motaro, whichever one it was. Because what would happen is, now, if you did it on hard mode, you could still lose because it takes 5 seconds to start. So what I would do is, on like the easy tower, you just flip the switch and walk away, and then you beat the tower. Because what happens is for 5 seconds, you stand there, and then you start bicycle kicking, and you go, and then as soon as the guy gets up, you do it to the other side of the screen. And the whole time, it just back and forth across the screen, and you would go through every person on the tower, and then B button was how you would confirm. So then you just leave the switch on. You don't even have to touch the controller. You just sit there and watch it, and it'll just go through every enemy. Just bicycle kicking him.
Wait a second. Mortal Kombat has lore? The Earth was ruled
Yeah,
by
Mortal Kombat
Outworld's
has
finest
lore.
warrior, Prince Goro. Earth was on the brink of annihilation. Luckily, a new generation of warriors were successful in defending it. A warrior monk named Liu Kang was the new champion. However, he and his comrades were lured into a second tournament. That tournament was just a distraction, a scheme set forth by the Dark Emperor to break the rules set by the Elder Gods and witness the reincarnation of his former Queen Sindel. This act gave Shao Kahn the power to step through dimensional gates and reclaim his queen,
we don't need you to
ultimately allowing
read
him
the
to
lore.
seize any of that. Man, these menus are kind of funky. Calm down over there, will ya? The game's difficulty was on medium by default, like 3 out of 5 basically. I was feeling confident. There's actually quite an impressive roster of
You
characters here.
feeling confident? You feeling confident on medium on Mortal Kombat? You might want to try out easy mode, buddy.
It's to be 26 in total. That's quite cool. Anytime I played Mortal Kombat, I always played as Raiden.
See, that's Mortal Kombat 3. This is the lineup from Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat Trilogy had like 40 playable characters.
I just kind of thought he was cool with
On
the hat, you know?
PlayStation.
The main single-player mode is called Mortal Kombat, what you would play if you
He called him Raiden. What do you not watch movies, Thab? What are you doing?
played by yourself in an arcade. There were 4 towers here: Novice, Warrior, Master, and Champion. Well, it was on Novice to start, so that's what I picked. I was up against Reptile first. If you're somehow not aware...
Oh, so Trilogy on the N64 is just a remastered 3. Trilogy on PlayStation was all characters from all 3 of them combined.
Of what Mortal Kombat is, it's a fighting game. This one is strictly 2D. I believe the character models were done with real actors, which makes it look quite unique to other N64 games. It wasn't clean, but I still managed to take down Reptile when all was said and done. Oh look, I figured out a move I can spam. Back that.
Oh, he's going to struggle with this. If he had that much trouble beating Reptile, the first guy, he's going to struggle with it. Wait till you get to dang Motaro and Shao Kahn. Dude, Shao Kahn don't even let you move. He does the freaking green charge, shoulder charge, the knee charge, the hammer smash. You can't even move.
Back forward is all I need, apparently. Shang Tsung is really getting his butt kicked out there. What is Raiden even yelling when he does this?
See,
Sounds like...
he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing where you just do the same move over and over and over again. That's how you win in Mortal Kombat.
Taba taba!
I run a podcast solo. Nope.
Raiden was that's back forward, but I think the other one is Shang Tsung. He does the if you hold B, so you could put the turbo button on and he would just go and it go doo 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 and it just bounces them across it.
Producer, no editor, no tech skills, just...
Okay, shut up, ladyface. We don't need to know about your OnlyFans.
Oh wait, I quit out to adjust the sound settings, but then I beat Nightwolf just as easily in the second fight. Now I was against Jade, and yikes. Looks like the CPU is getting a bit stronger, and quickly too. I was getting rinsed out there.
Yes,
like this
it
wasn't
gets
even
stronger
close.
very
It was
quickly.
clear I was way out of my league. Yeah, this is bad. Only the 3rd fight and it's already this hard? Yeah, to say that could have gone better is an understatement. That was a brutality finisher, which I believe is new to this game. It was letting me continue after the loss, but I noticed it said 4 credits on the right. I was also very much noticing that in the second attempt fighting her, she was being quite a bit less aggressive. Like I went from having literally no chance to suddenly doing quite well. In fact, in the second round against her, spamming back forward was suddenly working again. I'm on to you, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I don't know what you're doing here yet, but something's fishy. So I beat Jade and I moved on to Johnny Cage in the 4th match. Love how I just uppercut him through the ceiling into a completely new area. That always felt so cool to do in these games. Even Johnny Cage wasn't acting as aggressive as Jade was earlier. He was still being a bit of a challenge for me, but well,
Yeah,
I'm not that good at this game. In the end, I wasn't able to beat him using another continue. And once again, after continuing, Johnny Cage is letting me spam the flying dash thing again. This is so weird. It's like when you use a continue, the computer gets easier. Almost like putting a quarter in to keep playing on an arcade cab. Oh no. It's limiting my continues though. I don't have infinite money like that one kid I always saw at the arcade. Seriously, he would like play forever and have 1 billion tickets. How did he do it? Well, I won and I was against Cyrax now. The flying dash move was proving so good. At least it was for 2 fights. Cyrax's
Till you
net
fly
attack is
into
kind
a
of cool.
net.
Thankfully you can block it. This is one of those games where you have a dedicated block button, either R or C left. I think I like that less than the ones where you just hold back to block. I beat Cyrax without any real trouble? Wait a second, that's 2 wins in a row. Oh no. Wait, why does the next match on the tower just say E instead of showing someone's picture? Apparently this is an endurance round. I've got to beat both Jade and Reptile back to back with a single health bar. That seems a bit unfair. Yeah, Jade was annihilating me. It's wild how much stronger they get after just 2 wins. Well, in theory, if I lose and continue, it should become...
I wonder, is that a thing? So if you have continuous wins, then it throws the enemy suddenly gets crazy strong.
easy again, right?
I
Wait a
never
second, why's
noticed
she going
that.
ham on me like that? I just used a continue. You're supposed to be easy now. What's the big idea here? Whatever was happening before, it stopped happening at this endurance round. Jade was just too much. And yep, when you use up all your continues, you go all the way back to the start. At the game over screen, it was telling me to enter the ultimate combat code. Not sure what that's all about, but man, I suck at this game. Well, guess we try again. I found a new projectile move at least. Why is Ermac spamming crouch like that? That's so weird. It's like he knows what I'm doing and pre-reacting to it. So it seems that after winning 2 matches in a row, the computer just levels up completely, and it's way too hard for me to win. Although, I was doing decent here against Smoke. Definitely seems like this isn't a game I'm gonna breeze through though. Yeah, I got washed here. Smoke even turned me into a baby. Babe-bality? That's actually so good. Whoever came up with that is a genius. I realized I need to actually do some practice. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have any kind of practice mode. However, you can go into multiplayer and just have the second person stand there. It's not great, but it kind of works. This version of Mortal Kombat has a high and low punch as well as high and low kick. I was trying to learn how to do combos, like Jade was doing to me earlier. Raiden's most basic combo is 2 kicks like this, doing 8% of the health bar. That's not exactly going to make a big difference, though. Okay, now this is more like it. 3 uppercuts into the dash attack. I think it's called a
How did he figure out that it does 8% of the health bar? Unless it says it on the screen there.
torpedo, by the way. It's all
Oh, yeah, it does. 31%.
about the timing. You can't just spam the moves as fast as physically possible, but you also can't go too slow. Getting used to the frame windows is big. I also needed to get better at blocking. There was an issue though. The CPU would do this massive combo, I block it, but I get shoved backward. Then when they end the combo, I have to move into them to start fighting again, and I'm vulnerable. I just wish I was better at fighting games. Maybe I should go to Oh Reliable. Button mashing. I don't think that's working though. Man, I am not getting anywhere with it.
Button mashing is not the way against the computer in Mortal Kombat.
I seriously was not even close. As soon as I reached that endurance match, the CPU was just impossible for me. Something was going to need to change.
Dude, if he thinks this is hard, wait till he gets to Motaro and Dang Shang's Shogun.
Raiden just isn't the guy, I suppose. Scorpion has that pull attack where he's like, get over here. And wow, it's actually working. I managed to beat Jade without losing. Could Scorpion be the answer to my problems? Yeah, never mind, that was a fluke. I lost to Johnny Cage 5 times in a row. We came to the conclusion that the CPU must be input reading. Against a real player, they would learn, oh, he just spams this pull move, so I'll jump over it. But if I like fake do it here, Jade is unfazed. She won't react until I actually do the move. After losing, their reactions slow down or are gone altogether. At least until the endurance match, that is. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics certainly look much different than most N64 games. Like I mentioned earlier, the characters seem to be real people captured.
Input reading. So the computer knows, so if it's down back A to do a move, as soon as you hit down back, the computer reacts as if you're going to do the thing, and then you push A.
For the gameplay. The levels and backgrounds look pretty good too, not much worse than the arcade. I imagine back in the day people were upset this game wasn't some 3D polygon wildness though. The N64 version does have blood and full fatalities, which is a bit surprising to me. Just seems like the kind of thing Nintendo would want censored. It runs smoothly on original console too, which is pretty much required for a fighting game.
You could tell he doesn't know Mortal Kombat. You gotta be Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
For the audio, of course, can't forget Posty. As for the music, it's really good. Kinda like you'd hear in a jungle level in a game or something like that. Honestly, the main song I remember is this dang character select song, because I'd find myself just sitting here in disbelief after getting my butt handed to me. Okay, it seems I've completely lost it now. I mean, it was kind of working, but also not really. I really felt like there wasn't going to be any kind of single move cheese to get me through this. I kept going back to that Scorpion pull strat. Here in the endurance match, it was finally working. Sort of. Maybe there's a chance for me after all. It'll just take me dodging some of the attacks when I'm able to. And yeah, I actually beat Reptile immediately after her. Still need that best of 3, but things are looking up now. It was close, but I couldn't pull it home. Get it? Pull? Because of Scorpion's pull attack? Anyway, at least I finally made some progress. There was another problem. It seemed the sweep kick was being bugged, or if this is intended, then it's some garbage. I feel like it's extending my hitbox to how far my hand reaches out, but come on, that's so dumb. I then tried spamming the stomp attack with Shiva, but the CPU would just move slightly to the side, as expected. I went around several characters in the roster trying to spam strats like this. All of them failed. I was reminded about the game I played ages ago in this challenge, San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing, which was ported to consoles also by Midway. Since it was an arcade game, it wanted you to pay money to continue playing. What they did is made the difficulty increase every time you won a race. In the console version, you could pause the game and see that the difficulty was being changed, regardless of what you had previously set it to. I felt like this game was doing the exact same thing. It starts on medium, then if I win, it goes up to hard, then very hard after a second win. But then on that endurance round, it didn't decrease after losing for some reason. It definitely feels bad when you think a game is rigged against you like this. Like, I know I'm not great at the game, but something's off here. Maybe this guy was the answer though. Noob Cybot. His projectile prevents them from hitting me with attacks if it lands, which, yeah, that's really useful. Finally, I got past the endurance round for the first time ever. But what nonsense awaits me past that? I was against Motaro, some kind of centaur creature with a big pointy tail. Unlike all the other people I had previously fought, Motaro could deflect this projectile back at me. That's not good. Not to mention just how much damage its attacks do. Only getting hit like 4 times will be the end of me. Well,
Welcome to Wix Harmony. Take the speed of AI and pixel.
Yeah, Shokan doesn't play.
All the way back to the start.
Motaro's not impossible. I've beaten Motaro before, but he's a powerhouse.
For whatever reason, I abandoned Noob and went to Smoke. This is because I noticed the CPU using a combo with the pull move that did 31% damage. Mastering this combo will let me nearly kill the opponent in 3 attacks. I mean, it was doing pretty well here, so maybe it'll carry me? I just need to stay far away, bait the computer to jump, then pull them when they land. About an hour later, and I made it back to Motaro. This time, I was trying to keep my distance, which seemed to make Motaro do a forward leap towards me. During that, I could do a jump kick to get some free damage off. Would you believe it? I made it past Motaro. I can't believe it. There were so many losses up to this. Well, here we go. The final boss, Shao Kahn. Immediately, I just get stunned with a hammer, and it says I took 44% damage. My goodness. In fact, I bet by the time I finish reading this, I'll have already lost. Well, close enough. Ugh. Back to the start we go once again. It was kind of annoying because practicing combos against an idle player too felt useless. I'd learn them, then go to a real match, and nothing would work. Real match practice was the only thing that was helpful. This low kick combo was kind of carrying me. It's not great, but enough to at least feel progression. It didn't work at all when the computer leveled up though. I was just getting destroyed over and over. Someone mentioned a strat they used to do back in the day with Baraka, where you get backed into a corner, then hold block, and just spam this move where he flails his blades in front of him like this. This is so stupid, but it's kind of working. This may be useful. Okay, spamming back instead of holding it was improving it severely. This looks so dang stupid, but if it gets me out of this game, then so be it. I got a double flawless victory against Jade in the 3rd match. Holy crap, this may be it. Only problem is, mashing left on the D-pad was making my thumb hurt really bad, and it had only been like 5 minutes. Used Smoke to get past the endurance match, and I was finally back at Motaro for a 2nd time. This character is terrible against him though, because the pull attack just doesn't do anything. Like, he's completely immune. Wish you could switch characters between matches. Well, after taking a loss, I was doing well with that jump kick strat again with Noob. Dang it, I was out of continues and I wanted to try Baraka on Shao Kahn. Yeah, that's about what I expected to happen. Jeez, why did they make this guy hurt so bad? So after finishing my first session of the game, someone pointed me to a video by Modern Vintage Gamer, explaining the source code of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the PlayStation. Most likely the code is nearly identical for the N64 version of Trilogy. I'd recommend watching his video, which I linked in the description, but the gist of it is this. There's a difficulty variable. Since I'm on medium, that starts at 3. Upon winning a match, it increases by 1. After a while, it starts increasing by 2, then finally 3. The only way to get this variable to lower is by losing to the CPU 3 times in a row. In the arcade, this would make you win eventually if you spent enough money. Unfortunately for me, I only have 5 credits total to work with. Okay, so how does difficulty factor in? Well, there's another variable which determines the chance the CPU...
So you want to make it to the end and then lose 3 times and then fight Shokan.
CPU will react to my move. In the starting match at difficulty 3, there's a 30% chance they will frame perfectly counter whatever I do. Then at the max of 9, it becomes 90% likely. This means to land 4 moves in a row, I'd need to land a 1 out of 10 chance 4 times in a row with Smoke's 31% damage combo we found before, or about 1 in 10,000. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to grind this arcade mode 10,000 times to eventually win, and that's if I get the luck I want. Granted, there's more nuance to it than that, but that's the general idea. Okay, so what's happening here in this match then? Well, I am doing a backward jump kick, which if it triggers that percent chance to counter the move, that'll cause the CPU to jump towards me. Immediately upon landing, I can do Smoke's teleport attack to warp behind them, knock them up, then do an air grab. Basically, forcing the cheating AI to bring its own demise. Was it fun? Not really, but was...
What happened to no help, no guides? What happened to that?
Is it working? Oh yeah, it was. Unfortunately, that strat only works well against the normal fighters. It's even fine for the endurance round,
Motaro
but
thing,
against
you
Motaro...
you just gotta do that. You gotta, when he jumps, you gotta catch him with a jump kick and then combo him. He just needs to learn longer combos.
No shot. This jump kicking strat was not consistent, to say the least. It also relied on me having a great reaction time, which didn't always work out. However, Baraka? That dude can annihilate Motaro. Just stand in the corner and flail. What's he going to do about it? Jump at me? In a real match, they'd probably just start spamming projectiles from far away, but the CPU's not that smart. Like, this is actually the perfect counter to this thing. Against Shao Kahn, though, the strat with Baraka was horrible. So basically, assuming I play well to start, I have to lose 1 credit to swap from Smoke to Baraka, then lose a 2nd credit to swap from Baraka to whoever I can beat Shao Kahn with. 3 attempts at beating this guy. I still didn't really have any good plan of going against him, though. The strat could even be improved slightly. After the teleport, I get jump kicked and instantly do the air throw. I'm not sure if this is intended, but man, it kills them fast when it works. As an aside, Smoke's fatality is just absurd. Like, he blows up the entire planet. Seems like a bad idea considering he's standing on it too. Like, what is this nonsense? I hope you can see why fighting against the CPU normally just isn't how you're supposed to play this game. I really wish they changed the way it worked for the console version. Wait a second. Is there something here with Baraka and Shao Kahn? The problem with it, though, is I had to react in time to his dash attack. That thing is so fast. My current strat for Shao Kahn was using Noob. Being far away, he would try this dashing uppercut thing, which I could easily counter with an uppercut of my own. But then he would be close, so I had to do something else. The projectile attack I talked about earlier was doing well. Shao Kahn would usually not really be affected much by these, but noobs did super well for some reason. Problem was, I was a moron, and I would either just mess up my inputs, or I'd hit him with it a second time, which sent the effect to me instead. Despite how well I was getting back to him now, I just couldn't close the deal.
Wait, he
Doesn't help that he can take me down by like 60% health with a single combo. This guy's so unbalanced. I wound up actually getting incredibly sick after that second session, and I had to take like a week off. People were still not believing me that the CPU was rigged in this game. I wanted to test something out. I changed the difficulty to very hard, and I went to the champion tower instead of the novice one like I had been all along. This one has 7 matches, then 2 endurance matches before Motaro and Shao Kahn. Unbelievably, I made it all the way without losing once. Or maybe it is believably, because based on that difficulty variable, we are maxed out either way. Anyway, the second endurance match is a bit ridiculous. You gotta fight 3 people consecutively. Could you imagine this if you were just dumping money in? Probably spend like $20 just to beat the game. Oh yeah, you may notice that aggressor thing in the bottom of the screen. That's a new feature to Trilogy. It's not that important though, just when it maxes out you deal increased damage. And wouldn't you know it, the time I was trying to prove a point led to this.
It's one more. Stop getting hit, Dab!
Wow.
Oh.
What the heck, man?
Base 44 super agents. Careful, there's no going back. No setup. Just say hello.
Word of warning, boys. Don't tell the current gal they're leaving for walk on beaches. Nice house.
Screw that up.
12 years younger. What?
Let's go! Let's go! We beat him on the big tower! Yes!
Well, good riddance to that guy. This end.
What happened to my sleeves? They gone. You got to make it easy mode to win. Sounds like a game for Josh. No, did you hear what he just said?
Ending is kind of wild. Why are all the other characters just exploding out of him like that? Maybe it
he
makes
had
sense
their
if I watch the
souls.
movies. It just says
Because he took their souls. When you kill them, he takes their souls.
Shao Kahn is no more. I am the MK Trilogy champion. Then it took me to a screen saying I discovered Shao Kahn's lost treasures. I had no idea what this was. Oh, this is where you can view movies of all the finishing moves. So this is a group of the brutality finishers. And after that film finished, the credits rolled. What a relief. I really didn't think I was going to make it past this one when I first started playing. The only other thing is there was a cheat to access secret menus. You could turn on increased blood, add human, smoke, and chameleon as playable characters, and there was even another secret menu to add free play. Basically infinite credits. That sure would have been nice, but I don't use cheat codes to help win in this challenge. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I think Mortal Kombat 3 is incredible if you find it at an arcade, but that's only if you have someone else to play against. Like, even on the actual arcade cab, playing against the CPU is so unfair. It really took the fun out of it that it felt like the only way to win was find cheese. Maybe if I were better at fighting games, I could have won in a more natural way. I don't know. The N64.
Okay. Enough of that. Your soul is mine. Mr. Beast's empire rocked in bombshell lawsuit. I can't watch Law and Crime. Boom, 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 boom. I pretend to be a girl in public at night. Number 8. Oh my God. What the heck? What? It's crazy. Armed men robbed Brinks trucks in Northeast Philadelphia, taking nearly $2 million. Ryu Carr. Dude, Steve Wallace. I love Steve Wallace. 4 days ago he made this. 2 nights camping and highway median. Dude, I want to do some of these videos.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart.
Hey guys, welcome to camping a la Steve. I'm gonna go live in the highway median for a couple of nights. I just have to get across this highway, and it is busy. Doesn't help that I've got a huge bag, and it's nice and heavy too, but we'll get that across the road. And I got some other...
Dude, I love these videos. He does these urban camping videos, and he camps in like weird spots. I want to do something like this.
Gear stashed over there. Let's go as soon as there's a break in traffic here.
I got a
busy highway.
Did I ever tell you guys I got a new bivy sack for Christmas from my brother? So once it warms up, it's starting to warm up. Once it warms up, we can do some urban camping, which means I'll probably miss VK, but make a video, do a stream from camping in the city somewhere. You love Steve? You watch this guy too? Dude, I love Steve.
We got a live one here. Okay, we're doing it. All right, right across the busy road and into the bush. Here we go.
Dense. It's dense. What, he found something already?
Here's all the gear I stashed a couple of weeks ago in fine shape, a little covered in pollen, but it'll work. So I gotta find a spot where I'm gonna set this all up, and we should be cozy.
How much gear do you need
tonight?
Hobo camping adventure. We're gonna do it this summer. We're gonna do it. I got the bivy sack. It's camo. I haven't even opened it and tried it out yet. I'll film a review of it. But it's camo, so I can just like find like some bushes somewhere and just get in the bushes in the city. Set up the bivy sack, sleep in the bivy. I want to do a rooftop camp. I want to camp on a roof. I want to sneak onto a rooftop somewhere and camp on the roof.
The road is right there, so there's no way to camp here without some type of a camouflage structure. So let's set it up. Yeah, I lost my sunglasses somewhere. That'll be fun to try and find them. I got one of these hunting blinds I'm going to set up here on the side of the highway. I haven't set it up before. I don't know how it looks. I really hope the camo matches these foliage on the trees, because we don't have a lot of cover over there. But in here, looks okay.
He's making a little wall. That would be so cool. Oh, he's got a drone. Oh, I need a drone for this.
Yeah, I gotta camouflage that somehow. If it was just an overnighter, that'd be okay. But I'm here for a couple of nights. Now, I haven't seen a lot of other good spots to set this up, but I'm gonna have to take a look. We're gonna be busted so quick here because it looks like somebody's actually hunting here. This is a hunting blind. You're gonna think somebody's hunting in the highway median. Taken down this pop-up roof. That'll give it a lower profile from the road, and I'm trying to push it into the woods here as much as possible. We've got this uninvited blackberry, invasive Himalayan blackberry, So I won't feel too guilty about pushing that out of the way.
It's weird. It's see-through from the inside, but it's not see-through from the outside. Delta Center rooftop. Delta Center rooftop. I don't know if I can get up there. Yeah, smash that like, boys. We're going to bed early today. What time is it? It's 10? Oh, man. I may end up showing up late to VK, and while I sit in the back and wait for hours, I may end up reviewing Andrew's debate tonight. He's debating what's her name? Coulter. Coulter. She's in Ward War. She's gonna be in Ward War. We reviewed her Ward War application. She's well known amongst the Proud Boys and the white nationalist, ethno-nationalist Proud Boys. Not that Proud Boys are white nationalists, but like Paul Miller knows her, and what's her name? But Andrew's debating her tonight, and the topic is basically she doesn't like Rachel or something. some crazy topic. She said on X that Rachel is getting famous for saying stuff that women have been saying for decades. Based women have been saying the things that Rachel's been saying, has gotten popular for saying. Women have been saying that. Secret based women have been saying that for years. And that Rachel is not original or unique or doing anything special. She's doing stuff a bunch of women have done. They just never popped off and got popular for it. Rachel's getting popular. That's her gripe. And she's debating Andrew about that, I guess. It was supposed to be on whatever, but it's going to be on Jake Rattlesnake's channel tonight. And so she once I sent my thing into Ward War, maybe she liked that I was talking about immigration. And so she followed me, but she's in Ward War. So I may end up having a debater whenever that starts. It's possible. I may end up having to smash in debate. But she's debating Andrew tonight. What the heck's her name? Some Coulter. Coulter. I think I'm saying it right. Kim Coulter. Brian, the guy with a full studio, all the tech in the world, a pro Wi-Fi, a buddy who also hosts these debates all the time, and a crew, couldn't figure out how to set up StreamYard, despite having plenty of time to prepare. Womp womp. Thankfully, Jake graciously offered to step up, so Jake is moderating tonight. Kim Coulter, yeah.
This might make it look worse. I don't know. It seems much better tucked away back there.
But if you saw Paul Miller, which is Gypsy Crusader, which is the guy who boxed, he's the quote unquote racist guy who went to prison. He's actually, I don't like the edgy, just say the N-word with the hard R a lot to get popular, like what that Chud, whatever his name, does. I'm not a fan of that, but Paul Miller was doing good journalist work. He was one of the first people to knock on Epstein's door. Next thing you know, he ends up in prison and his mom dies. That's kind of weird. But before before anybody was talking about like when the Epstein files first broke, he went to the mansion in New York and knocked on the door. That's Gypsy Crusader. He tweeted at Andrew and was calling Andrew a bitch, and he was saying, "You're talking shit about my girl Kim. Watch your mouth," and blah, blah, blah. And Andrew didn't really say anything back. I think, Gypsy Crusader's about that life. He will show up and fight.
Okay, breaking traffic. What do we see from the roadside? This might be okay now. Oh, definitely way better. Look at that.
Pineapple on pizza, W. I'm also thinking I want to try to run back chess debate. I think we can make it work, guys. I think we can make chess debate work. I asked Grok, okay? I kind of cheated. I asked Grok, I said, help me plan a show called Chess Debate, where it's chess and debate. And it gave me a whole thing, which was pretty close to what I already had been doing, but it gave me a few other good ideas. But the only thing with chess debate, I think we can't have an open panel when we do it. Because that was one of the problems, is everybody was just talking while they were. It's got to be 5-5 blitz game, 5 minutes each for each player. The problem is, if one person is a slow player and they run out of time, they lose, right? It has to be, it's going to have to be, if you run out of time, you lose. Yeah, that's just the way it's got to be. If you run out of time, you lose. A win is 3 points in chess. A loss is 0 points. A draw is 1 point for each person. And then the debate is 1 minute openings for each person, 10 minutes of debate, and then audience poll to decide the winner of the debate. And then basically, if you win the debate, we do win, lose, draw on the debate. Same thing. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. If the audience, well, I guess you don't have to say win, lose, or draw. You just say win or lose. And if it's 50-50, then it's a draw. That's 1 point for each person. And then, but the cool thing that the only idea that Grok gave me was whoever wins the chess game gets to choose which side they take in the topic. So before the game starts, you say, here's the topic. The topics will be not super contentious topics, like not like abortion or anything like that, but something like pineapple on pizza, or something like vague, not vague, but topics where it's kind of easier to take either side. And then whoever wins the chess game gets to pick which side they take. I'm already bored. No, it's going to be intense, dude. We're going to have music and freaking memes and like sound effects, fireworks.
So we got all the goods.
But we gotta. The problem is we would have to like close the panel. We'd have to like move to a different Discord room, chess debate Discord room. Go there, play the game. I'm not playing. I'm not involved in this because everybody votes against me and I end up losing. It's some bullshit. I'm the moderator.
Sure.
But then we still have the same problem. If you win the debate and you win the chess game, or if you win the debate, lose the chess game, then it's a tie. Then what we do is we do an Okay, no, the first chess game is 10 and 10. If it's a tie, then we do bullet chess. And I was thinking time limit doesn't matter, and we go based off of score, like because each piece is worth a point amount. We go based off of your score at the end of the game. But then I was thinking you could take a piece and then slow play and let the clock run out and win the game. So what we would have to do is we play. You have to move within 10 seconds or something like that. Like fast game. No time to think. Play fast. Just play. Move. Go. Whoever wins that game, that's the tiebreaker.
Style today. Oh, yeah, that's good. With shelter established, it's time to enjoy a Founders Original Bourbon Sour. Never had one. Let's find out together. It's got a little kick. Not bad. Orangey flavor.
Let's chat about the first big...
Steve always got a drink with him.
Calms down a bit, I'll do a proper stealth test, but not right now. We're just gonna hunker down for the moment, wait for things to die down. The hardest part's over. We made it into this median, and there's traffic to the left of me, traffic to the right, and here I am. Okay, so what is in the bag? What have I brought for a couple of nights out here? Want to be warm, that's for sure.
I mean, do you even need the hide? Like, why don't you just... You have no ground cover. It's not inclement weather. You don't even really need the hide. You could just sit there and sleep on the grass.
So, I have another backpack in case I run into town. I can bring my camera and stuff without leaving it here. I got plug-in thermal underwear. There's long johns and
plug-in thermal underwear
undershirt, and those will run off a little USB power bank if it gets a little chilly. I've also got another jacket / pillow, which is tucked into its own pocket. I got a drone so I can get a shot up there about what's going on.
Yeah, Marshall has been homing his skills. What I need to make chess debate more entertaining, I need to like pay somebody like Easy or somebody who has access and subscriptions to all the AI crap that I don't have, like Suno and however he makes all his videos and stuff. Whoever can do that, I need to like throw him some money and be like, hey, here's what I want. I want a song. I want a chessboard, lightning strikes, pieces battling, chess debate. And there's two guys over the boards and they're yelling at each other. And there's a Grim Reaper over them. And it's chess debate. I need an intense opening song. I need... And then the way you get the audience interaction is the audience can pick the matchups. I had other ideas too. I can't remember. We could do solo judges on the debates. There was another idea I had too for a way the audience to get involved.
Little fold-up fire pit I'll be using tomorrow. Tonight I have to cook some of the stuff I brought. Got my sleeping bag, of course. It's a nice...
But it's not so much of a panel show. It's more of something we do, we record it, and then I make it into a video.
Down hybrid style thing.
We could do it live.
Some various food, another lens, power bank, extra butane.
But if it's a live stream and we run like 4 of them and I record all of them, then I have 4 videos that I can make. 4 chess debate videos. JS, enlist in your audience. Come up with actual specifics, a real price point, and reach out to your followers, i.e. chat. Enlist in your audience? What does that even mean? Reach out to your followers. What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. See, he's getting old, needing plug-in underwear.
Frozen meatballs, a pot, various cutlery, and of course, bear spray, because there can be bears in this highway median. A little bit of toilet paper, but I shouldn't need that. There's a gas station right across the road, just a short walk, and flashlights. I think it's going to be a successful night. I'll just keep this bear spray handy because there are game trails all through this median here. The northbound traffic on that side is all free flow, so there's no breaks in traffic. On this side, however, the southbound lanes suffer from a traffic light up ahead a little ways. Now, I've been using my stopwatch to try and figure out the timing of that traffic light. So it looks like it runs for 3.5 minutes, and then we got a minute break. So as soon as I can get this timed, I'll take a good look outside, and I should have about a minute, depending on who's turned onto that road.
I like making my podcast.
So he's not on the interstate? They got traffic lights on the interstate? To help you with your music and promos, who made the songs you use now? Oh, enlist your audience. Come up with actual specifics, a real price point, and reach out to your followers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Well, I was kind of just doing that. You know, that's kind of what I just did. But thanks. thanks for the tip after that's what I just did. I didn't have a price point. I don't know. They didn't have to tell me a dang price point.
Yeah, that looks really good, really good. Look at that. Way in there.
Do you know the way? I can show you the way.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend to keep walking here. We used up our minute. Yeah, that's great. It's about 7:49 right now, and the traffic is still not letting up, but it is fairly early still. Sunset's in about 20 minutes. We'll have a little bit of twilight for another half hour after that. And I think things should become a lot more relaxing once the commuter traffic dies down and everybody's at home with their families watching Camping with Steve on YouTube. All right, the sun is officially set and it's cooling off, so I gotta put on this other jacket. I'm not resorting to my thermal electric powered underwear yet. And yes, I'll be getting a haircut. It's on my list. I need a trim. Definitely still traffic coming, and obviously police are going down this road, 100%. This is a very busy highway. I'm sure they've passed by already. Nobody's pulled over, but stealth camping is my prerogative, so I'm going to do this. Now, before it gets any darker and colder, I'm going to put on these thermal underpants. I'll spare you the imagery there, but we should be cozy in no time. All right. Oh, that's better. Nice and warm now. But I did break my one rule. Generally, stealth camping, don't take your pants off. That changes the crime completely to enjoying a bourbon sour in a hunting blind to sitting in a hunting blind in your underwear. And that's, of course, exactly when the police would show up, too. So try to dress for the occasion, but, you know, I'm concealed. I'm nice and hidden away, and it is a very quick procedure. If it starts to rain, I'm going to have to pop up this center hub for the roof, but I'm not really using this for shelter. It's more for just camouflage because I'm not expecting there to be any substantial rain over the next couple of days, but yeah, this hunting blind's a good solution. Just a little bit, I'll have to turn the flashlight on in here, and that'll be the real test, because they could be able to see the flashlight. It is getting quite dark, which means I'm going to need a flashlight here, which means the dreaded flashlight test. And I don't like doing it, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have it pointing away from the road, kind of like that, so I can get some light in here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks bad from there.
You can definitely see that. Yeah. Well, Steve, that's not working, buddy. You ain't getting a flashlight tonight, my boy.
That doesn't look great. But let's just take another peek here after these vehicles have passed.
Yeah, that's gonna be
you know, it just might be workable.
Are you talking about,
a nice little break.
Are you talking about his flashlight in his tent, or are you talking about chest debate?
In the traffic. And you got to remember, these cars have headlights on too, right? So they're kind of blinded by the light. Oh, yeah, that's not that bad. I'm just going to, like, get out of the way here because there's more cars coming, but I think that's okay. Okay, I just want to get down to the... Oh, more cars. Come on, really? Where is everybody going? Okay, from down by the road, and there is somebody coming, but from here? Oh, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Now I can see what I'm doing, and the highway cannot see me. And I really love this perforated camo netting here. So,
And
you know,
when you
I
pull
can
it
see
down,
out,
they can see it.
which is great. And with the light off, they cannot see in at all. So,
Good then, better now. 6 health essentials in every bowl.
Business checking has always been.
Doggy. Oh no, that too.
Good then,
Come on,
better
what the,
now.
What? Wait, when
6
this happened?
health essentials
Another
in every
ad?
bowl.
The ad was over. It's the same ad. Double ad? Quadruple ad? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
there we go. See, it's not so bad having a tree in your tent because there's extra uses like this. That should pop up in hopefully no time. And this little guy here looks like a wild rose.
Sleeping bag.
I could see some rose hips on here actually, and I don't want to chop that down. It does have thorns, but it's out of the way, and it's not invasive. So I think that's a good thing to have in the tent. That blackberry though, yeah, it had to go. Those are just nasty, mean little invasive things that have no place on this earth.
On this earth, blackberries are delicious. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh shit, I forgot. Here, I'll play a song. I got story time. Story time, hold on.
There's a lawn chair sitting by the water's edge. Sun-bleached plastic cracked along the ledge. I sit and watch, though no one's there. Just an empty seat, but it pulls my stare. And Florida man, he's out raising hell, wrestling gators or dodging jail, while I keep watch on that lonesome chair. It ain't much, but it keeps me there.
All right, story time. I was at work. I was at shit. Okay. I was at work last night and somebody had their dog there. And here's what's happened. Here's what happened. I'm walking, and as I'm walking, a customer is standing there, and a customer says, "Be careful." As I'm taking a step, the customer says, "Be careful." And I go, "Huh?" And I step and slip. I go, the heck? And I look down, and there's a giant, wet, steamy pile of dog shit on the floor. And I'm like, what? And she's got a dog next to her. She was saying, "Be careful," because I was about to step in dog shit. And I did step in dog shit. And if you know where I work, then you know that a big pile of dog shit in the middle of where I work is not cool. And then we're all pissed because then the manager comes over and I'm standing there, and I just looked at her like, because when she said, "Be careful," I looked at her like, "Be careful," and then stepped, and I went, and then the manager comes over and he's like Middle Eastern. He's like, "What? What is this? What is this?" And I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom and wash my shoe off. And then the maintenance dude comes, cleans it up, but he just like scoops up the pile of shit. They didn't like mop or anything. So where my foot had stepped after the step, because I stepped in it and I went, ugh, and I stepped back and I took a couple steps. They left the freaking poo-poo print on the ground. And then we had to work around the corner. So all night I washed my shoe off. But all night it smelled like shit. But then another cool story. In the past week, I found 2 $1 bills. I found one while I was at work, and I had to crawl back in this thing, because I was trying to get a bunch of stuff that had fallen back, and I had to crawl into like this, in between these two shelves. I had to crawl back to the back to get the stuff that had fallen back behind and get it out. And while I was doing that, I found $1 crumbled up. And then this morning, when I was riding my scooter home, I found $1 on the ground. So I found $2, and I stepped in a pile of shit this week. So some good, some bad, you know? You win some, you lose some. But I got $2.
Trying to set up this cot here, and unfortunately...
A cot?
you know, the tree is in the way. This guy here. I'm gonna have to assess this in the daytime. The ground is really dry and pretty soft, so I can probably just sleep right on that. If I'd have known that the cot wouldn't fit inside this thing with the tree, I would have just brought a sleeping pad or something like that, a little thermarest. I am in the sleeping bag, ready to get to sleep. There's branches.
Dude, Steve's got 2 million subscribers. This guy's the GOAT.
Downside to having 2 million subscribers is that...
Dude, look at that! I'm psychic. I didn't know he was going to say that. I've never seen this.
That people can spot me. And it's not just like, usually I was worried about the police. And, you know, whatever, they'll just arrest some stealth camper. But people that recognize me will post online where they saw me, and then I'm extra busted. Publicly. I don't want to be publicly extra busted. And it's the weekend. I thought it wouldn't be as busy, but it is very busy.
Hey, I never set a goal. Thank you, Kokomo, for the $5. Here, I'll set a short goal. 5 super chats in 1 hour. If we hit it, we'll go for an extra hour. But they're going to be $5 super chats. So I do want to kind of end a little early today, so that we can try to get on VK on time. But worst case scenario, if I wake up late and I get to VK late and it's full and I'm sitting in the back for hours, we can react to that debate. Otherwise, we're going to watch that debate Saturday night. But we will watch that debate.
Oh, no way. Okay, we're going. Just like that, back into the woods. There's a little trail there, but it doesn't go where I need to, so I'll have to do a little bushwhacking to get to the store. That's okay. Tricky part's done. Now I just gotta get back in there and then back out again. And these train tracks are not in service, so I'm not too concerned. Any time is train time, though, except for here. Got some food for tonight. Now, second stop, a beverage. All right, now it is back to the median. All prepared for the day. We've got supplies, and I hope my stuff is still there, but I wasn't gone that long, so back to it. No way. Okay, that's a first.
He's like one of the him and Joe Robinet were like the inspiration for me starting my YouTube channel. Because if you go watch the beginning of the channel, it was camping and stuff like this. Now I got a dang apartment and I never leave.
Everything's coming up, Steve. Just like that, we're safe.
See, the problem is my videos were so long because I would start talking to the camera. Because I always wanted to stream, but I didn't have the means to stream. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a place. So I would go on camps and then I would just sit and talk to the camera. And then I made the video and it's like a 2-hour video.
Okay, I'm thirsty. Wow. Oh, it really warmed up today. Still got the long johns on, double layer shirt. This had to come off right away. Wow, I did not expect it to warm up so nicely, so hopefully tonight is going to be a lot more comfortable if the overnight lows don't go too low. Okay, the rain has started a little bit, but I've got a lot of stuff here, all the supplies I need. And unfortunately with the rain, I have this part popped down. That's going to collect the rain in there. That'd be really great actually for a drinking water attachment or a rain collection thing that I could filter, but that's not what I'm here for. Everything's looking pretty good here. I can peek out the windows, keep an eye on traffic. They can't see me. The rain has stopped. We got firewood for tonight. We got food for tonight. This is going to be great. Last night was severely uncomfortable in a couple of ways. It was cold. The ground was hard. And
how cold is it where he is? Because, well, I don't know what his sleeping bag is tested for, but I have a 0-degree sleeping bag. I've slept in the snow, in a bivy sack with a thermarest, Neo Air, mattress pad, a sleeping bag liner, and a 0-degree sleeping pad. And I've been comfy, not cold at all. But I guess his thing isn't really like a tent. If you're in a tent or a bivy sack, especially a bivy sack, but if you're in a tent, it warms up pretty quick inside because you're breathing. And if you put the rain cover on and you close all the vents, it'll warm up pretty quick in a tent. Especially if you got a lady with you. But bivy sack will warm up even faster. But yeah, I've slept outside and woke up under snow in a bivy sack with a mattress pad, sleeping bag liner, and a sleeping bag. And I had these booties. I have these goose down booties. I don't have them anymore, but you put them on your feet. And I've went to sleep. You clear the snow out, put the thing down. I went to sleep in the snow and woke up pretty much buried in snow. It snowed all night. I was under a tree, but like half of my bivy sack was under the snow. And I was fine. I was toasty.
And although I like generally the slight rumble of traffic to get me to bed,
I love it.
The noise was a little bit egregious.
I love that sound. I have to have white noise to fall asleep.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 40.
This,
I actually have a fan app on my phone. Listen. Because when I go camping or it's pretty much just for when I go camping. I downloaded this for when I go camping. Where is it? So this is what I use because sometimes when you go camping, it's like silent. There'll be crickets and stuff, but it's too quiet. So I have the heck? Oh, hold on, my headphones are hooked up. Why is it not working? This is the one I like. This is my fan app for when I sleep in the woods. And you can set a timer so it doesn't burn out your battery. Now it's JS Suburban Errands.
Caught in here. This way. Really difficult to set up inside an enclosed space.
I don't know why you just don't get a bivy sack. They're so awesome. They're so convenient. Where's my? I'll show you. Dude, that was so goofy.
Back to JS Urban Adventures. Today I'm going to be talking about why I love my Chinook Summit bivy sack. Roll that intro. That's my only complaint about this. I like to get my put it in the wrong hole. That's why it's not working.
Put it in the wrong hole. Don't put it in the wrong hole. Pause. Pause. Dang. Pause on that. Don't put it in the wrong hole. Dang.
Your perfect domain is out there. Go to Wix and make it yours.
At the top where you could put another stick. Woo! I'm like on the side of a mountain right now. Here, let me show you guys where I'm standing and where I almost fell.
It's steeper than it looks.
Yeah, I love this place.
I could go camp out there. I didn't camp out there in this video. I was just doing my review there. But it's a great view of the Capitol. Right here. But this whole area is like a trail. I could camp in there somewhere. Right next to the Capitol. But this thing is cool. This is a bivy sack.
Right back here. And with the mixture of this netting, which you see that hole there? See that hole? In the net? That's from the zipper. This hole in the
zipper would catch on the top
part here.
That thing kind of fell apart over time, but
so see the seams there, how they have tape? You're gonna have to get a close foam mat and cut it in half and put it like this 0-degree sleeping bag. It's a great sleeping bag, great for the winter, year-round mummy bag, awesome.
I was when I had a big old gap in my teeth. My teeth were falling out.
Way, even when your hands are totally frozen. Hold out.
And that's all it is. It's two poles. Two little poles.
This guy, lay it out flat. Now this sucks to do in the wind. I hate using the wind.
But this shot, for this opening shot, I set the camera over there, and then I set the bivy sack up, and then I buried myself in snow. I didn't actually wake up. I wasn't actually sleeping in the bivy sack in the middle of the sidewalk. Here, so you can see it better. I was not actually sleeping in the middle of the sidewalk covered in snow. I would never sleep in the middle of the sidewalk. But I for the review I covered it because one night I did wake up like that. I woke up buried in snow like that, and I was still fine. I was warm and cuddly and cozy. But yeah, that bivy sack is pretty good. I got a new one now. That's the Chinook Summit bivy sack. They don't sell it anymore. But that was a great bivy sack. I loved it. The one I have now, I haven't used, but I'll do a review of it. whenever I do. You had dreads? I had dreads? I still have dreads. When I'm juicy, where do you think they came from? These are real dreads. These are mine. They used to hang down to my butt. These are my dreads. I keep them. If you want to order a dreadlock friendship bracelet, it's $100. And I'll send you a dreadlock. I cut my dreads off on stream. What you talking about? I cut my dreads off on a live stream with scissors in this chair. I sat here and cut my dreads off. Gross. It's not gross. Where's my great content? I'm in the same boat, albeit not in extreme conditions as you. I'm leaning towards this, and you might have sold me on it. I've had mine for a few years now. Nothing broke, but I haven't used it nearly as heavily as you. I love it to death. It's attached to my go bag. Facts. Yeah, I used it. I used it every day for like 2 years, so. Sweet setup. Do you carry everything wherever you go or stash the backpack and just take the camera bag? No, I already replied to all these comments. These are years ago. And then you got to get that Neo Air X Therm if you're in a cold area. And you got to get what's it called? The booties. These
What's
things.
up, guys? It's your boy, Doc Holliday.
So gay.
With the sauna, you.
Why was my voice so high pitched? These things. These little down booties. Down booties. Where are they? These things. You put these little snow boots on. They're great. In the cold, you put them on your feet. You want to see my only feet? You'll get to see my feet. Look at my dirty ass foot. Yo, look how dirty and nasty my foot is. Damn. These were cheap.
It's pretty bad though, but anyway, slide it onto your foot. Like, they may be a little bit cold when you first put them on because it's nylon, and some people may want to wear one thin sock, maybe like a low cut, real thin material sock.
You don't want to wear cotton socks under it because your feet sweat, and then the sweat gets cold, and it makes you more cold. But
booties all stitched up. So you can see
I carried a sewing kit.
Stitch them up there. Stitch them up there. Stitched that one up pretty good. And also right there. But other than this hole right here, which I need to re-stitch, all my stitches have held up real nicely.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, guys. I didn't have a fire last night. It started to rain a bit, and I was waiting the rain out. Got the cot set up. Went to go lie down and test it out.
This is 1.25.
And then I just woke up now. So, it's trouble. So, I'm going to get packed up here because I got to get back to home to edit this up. Lindsay was actually really worried. She was just about to drive out here because we were chatting last night, and then I'd fall asleep, and she sent a few messages wondering if I was okay, and I didn't answer, so best to get back home. But yeah, this thing up here, oh yeah, that leaked, as I knew it would, because, you know, it's just, I can't pop it completely up. It's just too obvious from the road. But other than that, this is a great shelter, and I'm just going to start getting packed up here.
That's too much. That's too much. I've never camped with a cot. I think a pad or the best are the inflatable ones. Like this one.
What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel, jsurbanadventures. It's your boy Josh.
The Neo Air X-Therm.
It's got this clear ring. You untwist your valve and push it into the hole and slide it over. No cuts here. So now that's on there. Now you want to sit, if it's windy, this sucks. But if it's not very windy, it's not a problem. But you want to sit where you can catch the wind in it. You just let the wind blow up the bag. If there's no wind, then you just kind of use your hands and pop it out. Grab it at the top and squeeze. That was a crappy one. You want to get as much air as possible. Pop the bottom corners out. And 2. Squeeze. Kind of,
this thing is a lifesaver, but if you smoke cigarettes,
video, also kind of flick your wrist and pop it out. That way you get as much air as possible. That's 3. My thing came undone. It's okay, that happens.
it has a anti-backflow valve, so even if the thing pops off, it doesn't deflate.
Make sure your valve is always untwisted. We'll count that as 2.5. 3.5. 4.5. I'm not getting very good ones here. Of course, I'm trying to sit, you know, so that I can show this to you guys. It'd be easier if I just stood up.
That thing was like $300.
Didn't anticipate that.
It's very good.
Here we go.
You can put that on the snow and lay on it and sleep on it. Cool building in the background. That's this is the business building, but this is the temple. That's the Mormon temple. That's the main Salt Lake City Mormon temple. And then this is the Mormon business building.
5.5.
get some horrible bags here. Usually I get much more inflated air sacks. There's a good one. That's a real good one. What's that, 6.5? Yeah, that one almost got it.
That thing, you could put that on the snow and lay on top of it and sleep, and you wouldn't feel the ground, the cold from the ground. So that's one thing. One of the main reasons that homeless people freeze to death isn't from the cold outside. It's from the cold that comes from the ground. But this thing is a lifesaver.
Oh, there's another good one.
Wonder what happens there.
That's about half of it, 7.5.
Lord knows.
And this, I just like to pop it off and put my tongue over the
I don't even remember doing this. I don't know what I'm doing here.
open the valve. So now the air can't escape.
Twist while you
And
blow.
since I like it really firm as possible, I give it one last big puff of air.
Pause. I like it really firm as possible.
And as I'm still blowing, I twist it closed. To twist it closed, you gotta push down on it and then twist.
What
It's not
in the
hard or
hell?
anything. You just gotta, if you're not like pushing down, it won't ever catch the thread. So you gotta actually push and then twist. So I use my mouth, I blow, push and twist. That way no air escapes and it gets as firm as possible. Now, you got your mattress back, fully inflated. Once inflated, this thing is 2.5 inches thick. And again, like I said, it's $200. They make another one called just the Thermarest Neo Air. This is the Neo Air X Therm. The Thermarest Neo Air is orange, and it's like $50 cheaper, or maybe 40. I think it's 160. If you'd like to go that route, that's cool. If you don't plan on going camping in the winter or anything, I'd say go that route. If if you're gonna be hiking the PCT or something, it's not gonna be too cold when you do something like that. So you can go with the regular Neo Air, and it's fine. Same dimensions. I don't know if it comes with the sack, because they sell an orange sack. So maybe it doesn't come with a sack. Somebody put that in the comments if you know if the regular.
But then you can
Neo Air
sit
comes
on it
with
too.
the
Look.
Sack. Make sure that is facing up. So if the opening is the top of your stuff sack, you want to make sure that your valve is pointing at the top of the stuff sack, pointing up. So stuff it in there, rolled up, or with some air in it. Then pull your valve out and blow air into it until you can't anymore. And then close the valve. Oh shoot, I gotta be careful. These leaves have spikes all over them.
I'm sitting in the bushes outside of the Mormon temple.
Then, kind of push the top down a little bit there so that it's flat and even. Pull your draw cord, and then flip it over. Bada boom, bada bang, bada bang. You got yourself a little seat. There it is. It looks really like unstable, but it's actually, it feels kind of unstable too. I really don't use this thing because I'm an urban adventurer, so I usually have seats outside so I don't have to worry. But in the woods, I could see how this could be kind of cool. Maybe I have too much air in it right now. Maybe it needs to be all the way in.
I think it's meant to be sat on sideways. I'm just like downtown filming gear review videos. People are walking by me like looking at me all crazy.
isolated.
Anyway, he needs to get one of them.
I've got things cleaned up in here. Everything's packed up, looking better than when I showed up. This is obviously the last thing I'm taking down, this hunting blind, because once this is down, I have no cover whatsoever. So it is pretty cool. It's got all these fine holes in it, so I can see out pretty good, and nobody can see in, which is obviously the way it's designed for that exact reason, which is great. But I don't know how easy it'll come down. There's a bunch of blackberries that are up against this. They've actually started growing into this over the last couple of days. So, you know, we got vines are making their way, infiltrating.
All right. Cool, Steve. Good video. Nice. Tyson James has a new song.
I'm looking for a man who knows how to treat a credit line.
Hold on to your credit cards. This.
Oh, is this that Black Singles show?
Hey, God's my cosign. My job is spreading Jesus down the coastline. I had to pick a team and playing both sides. And I don't need this world and I got no ties. Been this way the whole time. God's my cosign. I don't need your validation. God's my cosign. Connected to the source. Don't need endorsements from a low.
Oh, it's 1.25. That's why it sounds weird.
Life. Dark and light don't mix, so keep your tricks, don't need your soul ties. I am known to stand, you put your hope in man that poke down. Oh my, look, I ain't afraid to crush a couple toes. Better get discernment, seems that you all need a double dose. Get that Orville red and Bocker, sit and watch the puppet show. So-called Christians link with demons, you would think that they would know. Look, they link up with the darkness for the fame. Make a bunch of money, then they claim they do it for his name. Mix a little bit of compromise, just so they monopolize. And if you tell the truth about it, you just might get ostracized. Look, I'ma speak the truth no matter what they say. You won't see me link with heathens or a demon for the pay. And I think I know the reason all these deacons going gay, cause they see that dollar sign get all in line and wanna play. God's my cosign. My job is spreading Jesus down the coastline. I had to pick a team and playing both sides. And I don't need this world and I got no ties. Been this way the whole time. God's my cosign. My job is spreading Jesus down the coastline. I had to pick a team and playing both sides.
Does he sell that jacket? I want that jacket.
And I don't need this world and I got no ties. Been this way the whole time. God's my cosign.
Still credit good like 850. I got a lease, I'm not my own. Jesus paid, I just rent.
Hey, what is it? Just a preview? Dude, I want that jacket. Man plans to ambush officers inside school.
At 1:57 in the morning, a school security camera recorded a Dodge Challenger crashing into a snowbank behind Superior Middle School. This would be the first in a series of events that would wreak havoc and tragedy across the city that night. Minutes later, another camera recorded the driver walking away from the crash, heading toward a nearby apartment complex. From the apartments, the driver got into a white utility van and pulled out of the lot. The van was seen speeding out of the apartments toward a nearby care facility. As soon as it stopped, a woman rushed out of the van and told staff she'd been choked and violently assaulted. Staff called 911 and dispatch relayed the report.
Twin Ports Health Service. An intoxicated male in a white service van pulled up to the door. A crying female got out. The male left. Sounds like he was very intoxicated. Name is possibly a Dylan Wallace. The female is at Twin Ports Health Services.
With Wallace now identified, superior officers began searching for the white van. Unbeknownst to them, Wallace had already returned to his apartment, and security footage captured him leaving with multiple rifles, including an AK-47 style rifle, and headed back out to the streets. Around the same time, an officer arrived at the care facility to speak with the victim. While an officer was speaking with the victim, another officer spotted the white van leaving the apartment complex, and her attempt to stop Wallace would be the moment everything started to unravel.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside.
Is it free? No? Then I don't want it.
something clicking wants to stop, but it looks like Wisconsin boy Frank 9555. We're turning on 37 here. Yeah, that's the right plate and stuff.
No way she survives this. That's crazy. Why are you running? You need to shoot back. Did she get him? She got him. She got him. She didn't. How did nobody? What? She has balls of steel. And I don't know how she's not dead. That's crazy. I mean, she turned. Well, I guess you can't tell from the body cam. But she like turned and ran. Which, of course, that's what anybody's gonna. I'm not saying she does, but shouldn't she have? Shouldn't she have like? I'd have never pulled him over, so you just wouldn't have done your job as a cop. Great idea. She doesn't know she's armed with guns. They're just looking for a guy in a van who's drunk. She doesn't know he's gonna get out of the van with guns. That was crazy. How did she not get? How did she not get shot? But then it looked like she turned her back and ran. I don't think you want to turn your back and run. You want to get your gun out and just shoot. I don't know. Maybe she was, though. You can't really tell because that's crazy. I don't know how she's not dead. She hit him.
The officer has been struck 3 times and unknown
3 times she got hit.
To her at the time. 1 round hit her radio, disabling it.
He's hiding behind the van, waiting for her. Okay, so she did get hit. Dang.
Give me an ambulance! Give me an ambulance!
Just up the street, the other officer was still speaking with the victim when staff reported.
That's crazy. I hope she makes it.
Hearing gunshots outside.
You what? We might have shots fired.
He's got a rifle. Get your lights on. Get your lights on. He's got a rifle. Get your rifle.
Give me the air. It's on 37.
I can't get out of I can't get out of my radio. Jump.
Okay, so you've seen this already, Marilyn? She's on radio. No, her radio's been disabled. They can't hear her. That's what they just said. Unbeknownst to her, her radio has been. I don't know. He hit her radio or something. They're not getting her transmission. That's crazy. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. She does have balls of steel. She's been shot 3 times right now. She's not freaking out. She's not crying. Yeah, I was. At first, it seemed like she was just running away, freaking out, and ran away. But she's been hit 3 times, and she's still in it. This chick is bad.
Shots fired.
Get down, get down. He's driving east on 37.
The problem is you got so much adrenaline pumping. These could be fatal shots and you don't even know it. And you just keep going. And then that's what the Spartans would do. One of the Spartans' weaknesses is that they would raise the warriors. They would keep them away from human contact when they were babies and not touch them and stuff. And they would not have a sense of touch, like feel, like they didn't, when I say they didn't feel things emotionally and physically, they didn't feel things. A Spartan warrior would just get shot with arrows and stuff, and he would just keep fighting. He didn't even know he had 5 arrows in his back, and he would just keep fighting. The weakness to that is you just end up dropping dead because you don't even realize you got 5 arrows in your back. She's in shock. Yeah, that's true. Dang. This is crazy. This is from Midwest Safety YouTube. This is police body cam footage on YouTube, completely available. We're only showing this for no endorsement, only educational and news coverage purposes. And this guy's a piece of crap. I do not endorse this stuff. We love the officers, and yeah.
Suspect fleeing, going towards the middle school. He's going towards the middle school, white van.
You need to drive me to the hospital.
Did you get to the hospital?
Get to the hospital. He shot through my car.
Suspect at middle school, he's coming back. I need more squads here now.
Ben, where is he?
He's at the middle school right now. I can see the van parked.
Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed.
My mom is gonna be so pissed, dude. This lady's a savage.
Straight through my door.
Are you okay?
Yeah, he shot me. My radio's not working. I think he shot it. Careful, 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 careful. You're fine. Get me to the hospital.
Yep. Base 44 super agents. The next
That's
thing you
crazy.
can't live without. No setup.
That's a different kind of woman.
School. I repeat, he drove into the school.
He has a high-powered rifle, 6.6.
10-4. We need a perimeter around the school right now. He drove right through the front doors.
Don't open the door. Don't open the door. Don't let anyone in this building unless they're a cop. Don't let her leave.
Coming into Superior. Yeah, calling the number locked on the hospital. I for sure got you.
Did you hear anything?
No.
Okay. 10-4, I have no movement from the van. It literally drove right into the school. He could be anywhere inside.
4-6 using around North 29th and Hangin.
Gear up, boys.
Victim is still inside Twin Port's home. Told him to not let anyone inside unless they're cop.
I love you. Shots fired. I love you. We need perimeter around this building just in case he comes out the back side.
34 to come with me to the back side.
Get the cover.
Yep.
You and I are gonna go towards the back. I'll get down a little bit.
Wallace entered here at the front doors, while squads took positions to the west, north, east, and further down along the south side.
Hold on him. Just in case he starts shooting at us.
As officers held their positions outside, unaware of Wallace's exact location, school security cameras had already recorded the moment he crashed his van into the front doors of the school.
So what does the snowbank have to do with anything? The car that crashed into the snowbank. Well, that's what led to them going to the hospital in the first place, or what was that about?
Suspect, middle school, he's coming back. I need your squad team now.
Wallace gets out of the van, breaks out the remaining glass, and climbs through the shattered doorway, entering the school.
All squads, fire from the officers was returned, and we believe that we may have hit the suspect, just FYI.
Crazy.
He drove into the school. I repeat, he drove into the school.
He's losing his mind right now. He's talking to himself. Okay, let's take bets on how this ends. Does he take his... What's Marilyn saying? She didn't even tell her backup to stress him out more. Shots was that... What the fuck shots was that dude taking? That was a risky 2 shots. We need to stop showing movies and BS on TV and show the real problem live on TV until people stop it. I mean, we have... Like, Asmongold's been on a tear with watching body cam videos lately. And you could tell he's uninitiated to the body cam video world, because he says things like, when they get hit with a taser, they always go down. They always go down. But then he put out another video because when he said that, I was like, oh no, Asmon, you haven't seen enough yet. And I think a lot of people told him the same thing. So he did a video where he just watched videos of people not responding to tasers at all. Because that's wrong. I've seen many, many, many videos of people getting shot with tasers and just walk through it like it's nothing. There's plenty, especially if you're on like PCP or crazy drugs and stuff. Dude, I've seen so many videos of dudes get hit with a taser and they just keep coming. Taser don't do nothing. They'll take a taser like it's candy. They'll rip the tasers out and laugh. The problem is we just live in a fucked up world.
Around the school right now. He drove right through the front doors. 22 others, lights in the school are motion activated, so if you see one come on or off, probably everyone around.
Wallace moved quickly through the hallway, aware that officers were gathering outside.
I was going to say, how does this end? It's one of 2 ways. One of 3 ways. We have 3 options here. Option 1, does he get apprehended? Option 2, do police eliminate him? Option 3, does he eliminate himself? I think this ends in him. No, I think this ends in the cops taking him out. I think the cops are going to take him out. Option 2. I'm going with B. What do you guys think? Are they going to arrest him alive? Are the cops? Option A, they arrest him. Option B, cops take him out. Option C, he takes himself out. What do you guys think?
With no way out, he began searching for a place to hide. Wallace reached a locked classroom door and fired into the window to unlock it from the outside. He stepped into the room, waiting to ambush responding officers.
He literally drove right into the school. He could be anywhere inside.
We should get away from the cars. Not getting the fence line.
Yeah, we can head there. We just don't have any cover at all. 34 and I are to the west. There's no cover over here for us. I don't know if he wants to drive a squad that way or not.
10-4. If we could get maybe a drone overhead. Still haven't had any movement. I can only see the passenger side of the van and a brief portion of the entryway.
Yes, I just want to confirm all officers are okay, correct?
She's still up. I got her to the hospital.
Was she shot?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Did he shoot at you guys? I don't know if he shot at anyone else. I shot 2 rounds at him after he fled.
73, do you want me to try to give commands towards the van or just wait for ERT?
Just hold your...
Oh, is that the 2 shots you were talking about? Once he was driving the way, the cop just took 2 shots at the van. You're saying those were the 2 shots? And he said, I took 2 shots as he fled. Those are the 2 shots that you were saying that were not, maybe not the safest shots to just take in a city.
Perimeter and getting every resource I can here to give us a hand.
We need somebody to go with EWS so he's not by himself. We should be in pairs right now because we don't know if he's in the school or where he is.
I don't know if you'd have access to this or not, but are you able to see what wing Dylan used to go to when he went here? He's in his 20s now, so it would have been a while.
Yeah, I wondered what you meant by 2 risky shots, but now I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Girl, before everything went down, the girl had blood on her hands, blood on her jacket. He crashed into the tennis ball court. He choked her. She tried to run. He grabbed her, slammed her, and then ended up here somehow. That's as far as I got.
So I just talked to Matt. South wing. So the library's in the middle. Library.
Yep.
South wing.
Yep.
Goes to here. He's in this classroom right here.
Okay.
Okay. It's that first classroom in the south wing.
Okay.
So somebody keep eyes over here just in case he wanders.
Yep.
But somebody should probably post up on my car.
Okay.
And be facing this way.
Okay.
Just in case he doubles back. If these turn on, he's moving.
Okay.
It sounded like she took a round through the radio to the radio, which is the understanding why we wouldn't be able to get a hold of her.
Yep.
So if it hit her radio, radio's on her vest. Should have hit her vest. Sounds like she's okay.
Okay.
But
Okay. So she got shot 3 times, but she was wearing a vest. But she was bleeding too, so she at least got hit somewhere where she was bleeding from it, but most of those shots hit her in the vest, thank God. But dude, that was crazy. I can't believe she survived that. That's wild. And her composure afterwards. That woman, I'm still not a fan of women police officers just because I don't think that women should be in that situation in the first place. But that woman handled it better than any woman police officer I've ever seen. That's crazy.
But I don't know. That's all I know.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
If one of you want to go to a car, I can hold your spot.
Okay.
Okay.
Officers were able to obtain the same security footage we've seen from inside the school, showing Wallace entering a classroom in the south wing. With that new information, they finally had a clear idea of where he was hiding. But the armed suspect wasn't their only concern. Temperatures that night were well below freezing, dipping into negative degrees, and officers rotated through squad cars to get whatever warmth they could as they held the perimeter.
Where's 31? He needs to take my spot so I can warm up. How long is he gonna be in there for? I just need a couple minutes to warm up.
Yeah, I got you.
What squad?
Huh?
What squad were you in?
I'm left. He's behind me.
Okay.
The Matt sent up.
Yeah, did you hear his voice? They're freezing. -6. They're freezing out there. Where is this? Axon Body 4, DOI. Did they say where this was? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't recognize these police cars. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Minnesota, Minneapolis, or something.
A picture of where he was at in school.
Okay. You good, 7-4? You good? If you need to warm up, you can. I'm just gonna warm up.
Because this is Midwest safety, but they don't only cover stuff from the Midwest, but usually most of their stuff is in the Midwest.
Up real quick. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, if you want to take my spot for a minute so I can go warm up. Yeah.
Marilyn, ready for your debate? New Age re-exam. You're going to debate Marilyn? I don't plan on debating anyone. I've been up there a few times already. I was on panel last night. Yeah, if anybody's trying to have a debate with Marilyn, you're picking low-hanging fruit. You should watch the debate that her and Kat had on my channel not too long ago. That was a fun one. But yeah, if any like real debater is challenging Marilyn to a debate about New Age versus Christianity, then you're not a real debater. Don't. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a no-no. I saw a banner ad for it. No.
I appreciate it. How you doing, 34?
I'm doing good.
All right.
You timing? Warm up?
Yeah, I'm gonna warm up for a
Yeah,
minute.
go ahead.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Cat bodied you, Marilyn. You got bodied by Cat. That's crazy.
40, 25. She got hit like right in here on the side.
Take go through the vest.
I'm not sure. Definitely destroyed her radio. Did you hear me call shots fired? Okay.
Okay.
We're pinned down.
I thought you were challenging her to a debate, a Christianity debate. I was like, come on, don't do that. That's a waste of your time.
I'm behind my squad car.
Who's shooting?
Huh?
Who's shooting?
Yeah. It was a fucking rifle. So just be careful.
Okay.
South side. So.
Just drop up to the door. That way you get some heat coming out.
Yeah. Do you need to warm up?
Yeah.
Alright. No, you're good, man.
They're working on getting resources to try to relieve us. You're probably going to have to go back and talk to them at some point and do whatever you need to do for shooting back. Just got off the phone with Brad. They're working on getting us replacements. In the meantime, we're just going to have to keep rotating out. These two cars have doors open, so getting some heat.
Okay.
I think this is the better vantage point than that car.
Yeah, I do too.
I was going to say then we could get like two of us in cars. Because, dude, I'm
Yeah. When I
nuts.
Yeah, when I went and got back in the squad, like, I did the stupid thing where I put my finger right up to the heat vent. Bad idea. Don't do that. It's like run your hand in flaming hot water after you've been.
I need to go back and find that and record it and make it a standalone video because that was funny. Re-exam. I moderated a debate between her and Kat, the woman of the night, about, I don't even remember what the topic was, but it was crazy. And I was like supposed to be moderating, and I was like, I don't know what to do. A couple times I was like, okay, let's calm it down. Let's let each other speak. It didn't work. It did not work. It did not work at all.
And like freezing your balls off.
I guess when we're sitting.
No, yeah, not Pharma Cat, Black Cat, Stripper Cat, Dark Cat, the woman of the night cat. Yeah. So you can imagine it was wild. And it was just the three of us in a Discord call. And I'm sitting there in the middle like, I don't know what to do. She acted like the demon. She was coming with Bible with script. You came with a little bit of scripture. And then she came with scripture to rebut that. And then it just became two demons arguing with each other. So I don't know.
Ducks sitting in cars. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, oh yeah, all day.
So like, we don't have a choice.
Oh, as far as we're aware, he's somewhere. If he's still in the building.
It sounds like, as far as what Matt told me, he entered that room.
Yep.
And they didn't see him leave.
It's been nearly 2 hours since Wallace entered the school, and as officers battled the freezing temperatures outside, their shifts slowly began rotating out.
Okay. I understand that you fired 2 rounds. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you are clear of that perimeter, like, are you out there right now, or are you warming up in a squad?
I'm out here right now.
Okay. When you are relieved, can you walk back to my squad at 37th and Tower?
Yeah, I can do that.
Welcome to the new generation of web creation.
CJS, I'm right. I'm right. What do you mean I'm right? In reference to what? What, because I called her Black Cat? I had no idea he did that. Hold on. Maybe I'm missing something because I'm in top chat, not live chat. She was just triggered for no reason. Showed she was no Christian in her behavior. It's premiering now? What are you guys talking about? CJS, I'm right. What is that in reference to? And then it's premiering right now. What is that in reference to? CJS, I'm right. Did I miss something? Yes, cat was ridiculous. She was just triggered. I don't know. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Douglas County Sheriff's Office and responding Duluth officers helped hold the perimeter
Duluth?
along with Superior, with Wallace's presumed location identified from
Duluth, Michigan? Minnesota. It is Minnesota. It's always Minnesota.
the security footage. Teams repositioned toward the nearest doors
Minnesota, Michigan, same thing.
and staged tactical units nearby.
We were talking about Christian's King putting me on a debate premiere right now with me and Miss G. They AI'd me. Where is this? What's up, Auntie? Long time no see. We are talking about Christian King putting me on a debate premiere right now with me and Miss G. They AI'd me. I don't know who that is. On YouTube? Christian's King? I don't know why. Oh my God. I just pull up my YouTube and I see, man, why? I don't know why. I don't like getting involved in stuff, but maybe somebody will, I don't know, maybe somebody will clip this or maybe he'll hear it, but Grid, what are you doing with Flow State? What are you doing, man? Why are you doing that? Why are you... You picked the wrong side, dude. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna get involved. I don't get involved in stuff. I'll stick my nose into stuff, but I want to, because when there's a beef between two people and I'm cool with both of them, I want to build a bridge and I want to be the peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers. But you picked the wrong side. I don't know why you're hanging out with the scum of the internet and talking shit about the homies. I don't like it. Man, why are you doing that? Sorry, this is a sidebar. What is it? Christian King? Christians King debate. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was going to stream today, but Millie isn't working tomorrow, so I moved. I'm master debating today. We'll master debate tomorrow. Isn't it you in the Discord? Oh, sent it to you in the Discord. Honestly, been for a while. I know you respect him. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I've met him. I've hung out with him. He's a cool guy. I've never had no problem with him. But I do have a problem when you're hanging out on a stream for hours talking shit about my homie, about Easy, and Easy's helped me a lot. I like both of them. But when you're hanging out with all these people, this drama sphere that just talk shit about people and their family and stuff, it's like, why are you doing that? And they talk shit. They talk shit about Andrew. They talk shit about Rachel. They talk shit about Easy. They just talk shit. That's all they do is drama and talk about people and their family and stuff. And when that's the crowd you want to run with and you want to go on their panels and hang out with them and stream with them and stuff, it's like, why are you doing that? I don't. Usually I'm a good judge of character. But it doesn't mean I'm always right. Family stuff is crazy. Kids are off limits. Yeah. I don't know why. It just annoys me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to say, but I can't start. I'm not doing that. Not gonna do it. Let me see what I was sent in Discord. Let's finish watching this. It's almost over. We need to figure out the resolution of this case, and then I want to see. What is this? Christian versus New Ager. We are all God. Christian destroys New Age beliefs. Oh my God. What is this? We'll watch this. I'll look at this next.
Nearly 4 hours after the initial shootout, and after a brutal freezing
I'm supposed to go to bed 10 minutes ago. You guys didn't hit any super chat goals.
standoff, Wallace finally emerged from the classroom with his hands raised.
We were wrong, guys. Dude, I thought for sure he was going to get Swiss cheesed up by the cops or take his own life. This was the I guess I should have, because once you get alone in a room and you're sitting in that room with yourself for a long period of time and you're just thinking to yourself, basically there's two ways out of this situation, dead or alive. And maybe this guy, in the heat of the moment and the passion, the anger overtook him and he did something stupid. He got into that classroom. He knew he was surrounded. And it's like, do I want to die? Or do I want to live? I'm going to live in prison for the rest of my life. Maybe not even the rest of his life. He didn't kill anybody. He shot at a police officer. He's going to do probably 20 years. At least in prison, I don't know if he's ever been to prison or been locked up before. They'll do my laundry for me. I can become gay for the stay. I'm going to get 3 hots and a cot. Nowadays, you can get a cell phone and a Nintendo 64 and a TV in your cell. That's better than 20 holes in my body. I guess. But I don't think anybody thought this was going to end this way. But actually, it's a pretty logical conclusion that he would just give up. Dang. Anticlimactic.
Walk backwards. Start walking backwards. Keep walking backwards to a side stop. Stop right there. Go down your knees. Keep your hands up in the air. Do not move.
With Wallace now cuffed and ready to be transported to jail, emergency services poured in one after another. Fire crews, additional officers, tactical units, and medical teams moved in to clear the school and secure the scene. Once the building was stabilized, Wallace was transported from the school to the station, where investigators would later sit him down for an interview to hear his side of what happened.
Soak in that music. You're not going to hear any more music for a while. Hold on. There's only 3 minutes left, so it's not like they're going to play the interrogation. Probably it'll get released eventually. But hold on. I'm going to go pee real quick. I'll be right back. That female call probably saved his life. If she had 3 holes in her, he would have been done. Female call probably saved his life. Well, if they're in Minnesota, I don't know if they have the death penalty, but the fact that he didn't kill her, I mean, you could still say it's attempted murder. So he's still looking at 20, 25 years. He's going to do he'll do 20. But if she didn't have a vest, if he would have killed her, life.
We got a body camera on.
Excellent. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, closer, you good there. You fine? Yeah, I'm fine.
What I want to do is actually just listen to you tell your story.
Well, we had a Christmas party for my company, and there was a lot of drinking. Well, we had a good night for most of the night, and then she was giving me problems or something. We were arguing at some point. And then I started driving fast, and next thing you know, I drove my car up a snowbank. So I ran and got my van, got to her. She didn't want to get in the van. I put my hands on her, and I shouldn't have done that. I must have strangled her or something. I just fucking lost my shit. Lost my shit, man. Went home and grabbed my guns and lost my shit, man. I got pulled over right away, and I knew I was going to jail or something. Most of it, a lot of it's a blur. I don't even know why I did that. I just wanted to barricade myself in there, I guess. I just shoot my way into a classroom. I woke up and I'm like, what the did I do?
Barricade yourself, get in the room, shoot out a couple lights, shoot several times in the school. And you pass out or do whatever you do in the room. And then you come to and you realize
I'm fucked.
My life up.
Yep.
The officer who was shot survived her injuries. She was struck 3 times during the exchange of gunfire, including once in her radio, which disabled her ability to call for help. Despite the severity of her wounds, doctors later confirmed she would make a full recovery. Prosecutors charged 28-year-old Dylan Wallace with attempted first-degree intentional homicide with use of a dangerous weapon, strangulation and suffocation, domestic abuse, felony criminal damage to property, and discharging a firearm in a school zone.
Assuming all of that runs concurrent with the attempted, his lawyer, even if it's a public pretender, is going to get them to run it consecutively. So it's going to be based off of the attempted murder of a Leo. So he's looking at 20, 25 years probably. And with good behavior, if he gets 25, he'll be out in 16 to 20.
Wallace entered a plea of not guilty, and his bond was set at $2 million as the case moved forward. His next court date is scheduled for June 1st, 2026. If convicted on all counts, he would face up to decades in prison. Dylan is innocent, unless proven guilty in a court of law. Preparing this video, we reviewed dozens of videos totaling hundreds of hours of content, along with crime scene documentation and voluminous police reports. Please consider becoming a $1 member to support detailed reporting like this.
That's smart, a $1 membership. Probably that full interrogation will probably be released in about a year. And maybe we'll end up watching it on the stream a year from now, and we'll be like, oh yeah, I remember I watched that. But he's going down for 20. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. That Purpose funny. You don't know, it was crunked and strangled. I was crunked and strangled a bitch. Okay, I want to watch this. I don't know whose channel this is. But we're about to take a look at it.
His purpose was he was to defeat. Okay.
Wait, is this live right now? Oh, this is just reposting something that already happened. I'm not gonna do this. I hate when I'm not gonna review a panel that happened. This is not happening right now, right?
Multiple wives, and they're just from there they they're
15 says that our perishable body
Okay, I'm not watching this. I don't care about this. I thought it was an AI debate that this guy's laying in his bed with a remote on his stomach streaming. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm not watching this. Fuck that. I'm not watching this. This is stupid. No, I thought it was Marilyn and some girl having a debate, and it was AI or something. I don't know, but I don't care. I've seen this guy's channel, and yeah, I'm not interested. He's a Christian dramaverse. It's the Christian dramaverse. He puts all his thumbnails are like talking crap and, ooh, so-and-so got destroyed. Let's talk about Jay Dyer versus Ruslan. And I'll talk about Jay Dyer versus Ruslan and what's happening with that, but this is dumb. No, not interested. Not the least bit interested. Not even the slightest. Nope. Anyway, I gotta start watching Euphoria because I hear Sydney Sweeney. That's my girl. I hear Sydney Sweeney up in there. Attorneys are now going after Savannah Hernandez. Of course they are. Fuck them. They're not going to win. This is what I wanted to see. Are you on that?
So right now, the U.S. military is...
Are you on that panel right now, Marilyn? Are you listening to me and him and on... Or what was it? Was it from another night and he's just reposting it? What is that? I don't get it. I cooked them. So yeah. You're just a dang panel hoe, huh?
Is sweeping the Strait of Hormuz for mines laid by Iran. A dangerous mission, the Pentagon reportedly says, could take 6 months to finish. But the block on Iran's ports remain...
Oh, by the way, what I was talking about yesterday in the Bible stream about Noah's Ark and the new discoveries found with Noah's Ark is pretty cool stuff coming out. I want to hit up Easy. I have a lot of like debates coming up. But I know Easy was able to set up a debate with Planet Peterson and Chris Lestrange. I would like to have a Noah's Ark debate with Planet Peterson or another like science-y leftoid atheist guy. Because I'm big on that stuff. I'll defend Noah's Ark being real. Y'all know one of my favorite people is Kent Hovind. Kent Hovind is one of my favorite people. And he just did a Noah's Ark debate 3 days ago on Modern Day Debate. And I haven't watched it yet, but I've watched all his Noah's Ark debates, dinosaur debates. Kent Hovind is the GOAT, dude. The young earth, creationist, dinosaurs walked amongst the humans, Noah's Ark is real. I love Kent Hovind. Like, I want to do some debates like that. I would love to do Noah's Ark debate with Planet Peterson. What do you think of this prompt? Natural selection cannot prove evolution. I'm thinking of something along those lines. Prompt: natural selection cannot prove evolution. Do evolutionary proponents say that natural selection proves evolution? Oh, it was a premiere. It's like, it's an interesting prompt. When are we going to do a Giants debate, JS? We could do a Giants debate. It's got to be pretty far out. And then the problem is eventually Ward War is going to contact me and they're going to say, okay, we're starting. Here's the date. And I've been telling everybody, I was saying, like, if I schedule something, I don't know what the schedule is for the Ward War thing, but I'm signed up for that and I'm committed to that. And so that's going to take precedence over anything. So if I schedule something and then Ward War says, okay, we're starting next week, you're debating this guy, and I have something else lined up for next week, I'm going to cancel the something else. So, because I've already pre-obligated myself to the Ward War thing. So, but I would do a Giants thing, but I think right now is the time. We need to go hard on Noah's Ark. I don't care about this Strait of Hormuz crap. I don't care about Iran anymore. I'm done with it. Done. But yesterday I was talking about Mount Ararat in Turkey. Sure enough, that is the place. They found tunnel systems, and they found more organic matter, which would mean structures, pillars, structures, walls, made of wood, organic matter, underneath the location of where we've assumed since 1959 where the ark was. And then I said yesterday in the Bible study, I was like, look, what's going to happen is they're going to say, we found new evidence that the place that we've known was the place of the ark for decades. There's new evidence that the ark is there. And sure enough, it happened. And so Trent Horn debates a feminist. Totally understandable. World War takes precedence. Yeah, just because I signed up and I'm already committed to it. So, but I want to do a Noah's Ark debate, and I think Planet Peterson would be the best because he's pretty respectful and I don't know. And I want to get like a higher level debate, like somebody who knows their stuff. I think that would be a cool debate. So I want to ask Easy if he can try to set that up. I know Planet Peterson's he does a lot of evolution debates, but it's all in the same vein. It's science, but I don't know. I don't know if he would take it, but oh my God. I don't really want to debate Rachel on prohibition. I don't debate women. That would be higher level. Yeah, well, scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I just oh no. Because she's not, I don't know. That debate just comes down to like, are you a libertarian or are you an authoritarian? And I just expose people for the libertarians that they truly are. Because when you say we're going to take away your alcohol at your gas stations and your liquor stores, people lose their damn minds. But then they talk about how they want to be libertarian. What are they going to say? What about churches with wine for the Eucharist or something like that? And I say, well, that's totally allowable. Like, never. I don't know. I'd rather debate Andrew on prohibition. Not Rachel. As I sit here and drink my beer. Oh, you master debated Marilyn 3 times and she's a woman? No, I didn't. No. No, I've never really debated Marilyn. I just argue with her. I already said I would do it, but it's not like a challenge. I'm not laying out a gauntlet. I'm not saying I challenge her. But she said in that video, she said it was feminists who the temperance movement who passed prohibition. And that was dumb. No, it wasn't. A broken clock is right twice a day. That was a good move. And we were benefiting from it. The only reason they ended it was to pull us out of the Great Depression because they knew they could make money off of people being drunk, dumbed down, demoralized, and weakened. And we should get rid of that. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then they opened the floodgates. So now, we made alcohol illegal. The whole country benefited. But we had a depression. And then they said, we can make a lot of money off of alcohol. We can boost the economy if we make alcohol legal. So they ended prohibition. And sure enough, it pulled us out of the Great Depression. Yay. We got pulled out of the Great Depression by selling people alcohol. So then why shouldn't we legalize pot? We'll make more money. Why shouldn't we legalize prostitution? We'll make more money. The argument is selling alcohol and selling pot and selling drugs. We should just legalize heroin. We should legalize. It's a libertarian argument. It's, a Christian nationalist would say, you shouldn't be selling liquor at liquor stores. You shouldn't have a liquor store on every corner. You shouldn't have gas stations selling beer to hobos. And then every time I explain my position, people are usually like, nah, that actually makes sense. You can make your own alcohol. You can drink your own alcohol, but you need to have property. You need to only manufacture enough for yourself. You can't sell it. You can't buy it. You can't transport it. And you can't manufacture over a limited amount. I think it leads to better outcomes. And then they'll say, well, that's just utilitarian. And I'll say, well, you're just a libertarian. You just my freedoms. I like my alcohol. I like to buy my beers and my rum and my whiskey and my vodka at the store. It's dumb. That's dumb. But no, I already know it's a losing debate because people are so set in their ways that this is the way that the world has to be. We have to have our alcohol. And then in 20 years from now, they're going to say this is the way the world has to be. We have to have pot shops on every corner. And then 50 years from now, they're going to say this is the way the world has to be. We have to have legal prostitution and OnlyFans and everything degenerate. All right. It's all right. Just shows the inconsistencies. Bible says you can drink, but it doesn't say you can drink to drunkenness. Gas station will sell me enough beer to get drunk for the rest of my life. Slippery slope fallacy, not when it's observable. Jeremy. You're doing that thing where you just throw out a fallacy, huh? Not when it's observable. Not when we've watched it happen. We actually have a sample. We have an example. We saw a huge list of metrics reduced under Prohibition, and as soon as Prohibition ended, they went back to where they were before. And we see now pot's becoming legalized. Now people are fighting to Oregon legalized hard drugs. Prostitution is on the table. It's not a slippery slope fallacy because everything I'm saying is observable. We can see it happening. Sounds like we need a panel. Is VK starting at damn 5:30 my time? Oh my God. That's crazy. That's too early. It's too early. Too early for me. What's the argument against it? But I really like alcohol, and I like being able to buy it whenever I want to. I like hobos, being able to panhandle up $3 and buy a 40 first thing in the morning. I like that. What's your argument? I like it. My freedoms. That's the only argument. It's a winning debate logically, but it's a losing debate based on public opinion. Granted, I don't really care about public opinion because most people are stupid and degenerate and, But the same arguments that they make against prohibition are the same arguments, or are the same arguments. Yeah, the same arguments they make against prohibition are the same arguments that are made now to legalize weed, legalize hard drugs, legalize prostitution, legalize suicide, legalize abortion. It's the same argument. It's, we want to be free to do what we like to do. This is America. It's all right. I'm okay with being more authoritarian than you guys. I don't like that a pregnant woman can walk into a liquor store and buy a bottle of whiskey. We wouldn't let a pregnant woman. Well, one day we will. One day we'll let a pregnant woman buy opiates. They already did it. They already tried it. It didn't work, but it's not, eventually it'll happen. It's not a slippery slope because you see it happening. I would do it. I would just rather debate Andrew on it than Rachel. Oh, Fallen State released the Brian Shapiro episode that he posted without permission before it was released, and it got taken down off his channel. Fallen State released the episode, and they released it members only. First time I've ever seen a new episode of Fallen State be released members only. Maybe that's just because it was early. Maybe it's like members get it early or something. Let me see. I'm not going to review this because I got to go to bed. And you guys didn't hit. Oh, it's premiering right now. Oh, okay. The members only thing was an early preview, but it's okay. Never mind. I was wrong about that. It is premiering to the public. I'm telling him in the chat right now. They just said beta, beta,
beta.
I said, spoiler alert, worst guess I've ever seen on The Fallen State. Spoiler alert, I've seen all of them. I've seen every episode of The Fallen State. And he was by far the worst. Even people get mad at Jesse and they walk off all the time. And that's always funny. They always play the chicken song and they're like, where you going? If you see him on the streets, ask him why he ran from Jesse. Brian didn't run. Brian was just insufferable, interrupted, didn't listen to anything. It just lost his mind for an hour straight. This is the worst guest, which may make it one of the best Fallen State episodes. Just to show how crazy these retards are. But worst guest I've ever seen on the Fallen State.
Make it cold.
With AC Pro, anyone can recharge their car's AC. Like a pro. Be a pro with AC Pro.
Artlist Studio is here.
All right, guys, I'm not going to review this. I'm going to go to bed.
Jesse, good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Right on. So, Brian, when I first started out, I was doing radio. Well, I did TV and then radio, and I was into radio until YouTube things started. How is the radio? Are you on YouTube and radio or just radio?
You know, I'm on FM and AM, but my larger audience is national, and it's because of social media.
Yeah.
You know, I have about 500,000 listens a day. That's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's X, that's TikTok. So even though I am on the radio, and it's nice to be on an FM AM radio station in Las Vegas,
yeah,
I think of it more as a podcast studio. Even though I do a show live every day, 99% of my listeners and 99% of my callers are national. So I think of it more as a podcast, even though it is radio, if that makes sense.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I wonder, because I'm on radio in Memphis, Tennessee as well, and radio doesn't seem to be as popular. And I think the young people went to YouTube. The older people may have stayed with radio.
Yeah, I've been doing radio for 24 years, but, 2 or 3 years ago, I made the switch kind of to doing YouTube and TikTok, and it's given me so many great opportunities. I mean, I do Pierce Morgan at least once, twice a month. I've done the Tim Pool show multiple times, and I do a lot of shows like this one. I do a lot of shows, not because I'm on radio, but because of the audience I get from YouTube. So I'm very grateful for that.
What's important to you?
As far as what? As far as politics, or as far as what?
Period. What's important to Brian Shapiro?
My family, my parents, I love them very much. My friends. After family and friends, life is extremely short. So I want to do things that make me happy. I'm a big sports fan. I love good restaurants. I like going out and having a good time. But number one is family and friends. And then, of course, after all that stuff is work. You know, I'm very passionate about my job. I'm very passionate about politics, as I'm sure you already know.
Yeah.
But I would put it in that order. My family and friends come first before anything else.
And are you, I know you are into politics, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. That's my job. Yep.
Yeah. And so are you conservative or Democrat, liberal?
I'm a centrist. I'm independent. Shut the fuck up. You're a far left crazy bat.
Neither. I'm very anti-Donald Trump. I think the only person that you could find that hates Donald Trump more than I do is maybe Melania. I've been a registered independent my whole life. I didn't vote for Obama. I did not vote for Hillary. I lean to the left on social issues, and the more and more of Trump, the more to the left, I guess, maybe I go. But I'm a registered independent, and I just don't know how anybody could support Donald Trump at this stage of the game. I just don't understand it.
And before I get to him, did you support Biden and Barack Obama?
Yes. No, I did not vote for Barack Obama. I did vote for Joe Biden because it was an anti-Donald Trump vote.
Oh, that's the only reason you voted for
And
him?
I voted, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I can give you a lot of reasons why I don't like Donald Trump, but yes, it was. Well,
what's happening?
first of all, I don't tend to
right?
support. Yeah, I do.
And who is the great white
But
hope?
you asked me. Well, it's not Donald Trump. I can tell you that.
Who is it then?
Who's the great white hope? You tell me.
Donald Trump. I thought you heard of the great white hope.
Well, I wouldn't consider anybody
him amazing. They say, what manner of man
is this?
The wind and the sea obeys him.
Some people call him
king, and they hold rallies for him. Some people call him daddy, but I call him the great white hope. Amazing. Huh?
Well, with respect, I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody who calls him a king is an idiot. He's a 34-count felon. He's a liable sexual abuser. He's a racist. He's a pig. He's cheated on every woman he's ever been with. He's in the Epstein files over 30,000 times.
Well, have you seen the people call him king? They hold rallies.
Because there's a lot of people that are stupid in this country that are ill-informed. What do you want me to tell you? I mean, there's a lot of people in this country. I talk to them every day. They're very ignorant people. They're stupid, and they don't understand this man is a con man, and he's given the biggest tax breaks to the top 1%. He's got us into an ill-advised war. He's a horrific human being. And by the way, the presidency isn't for a king. The president isn't a king. So anybody who looks up to him like the next Messiah
I'm
is in a cult.
gonna raid you to the fallen
I don't know what else
state.
to tell you.
When you see those
I'm gonna raid you to the fallen state. You guys can watch this. I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna try to get up early, get on VK as early as possible. But if he's starting at 7:30 Eastern, that's 5:30 my time, and that's too early for me. So I'm gonna probably get there like 2 hours late, and if we end up sitting in the back, that's fine because we'll review Andrew versus Kim Coulter. So Coulter, yeah. So if we get on quick, then we'll review Andrew and her tomorrow night. But thank you guys for hanging out. God bless you. Let me set up the raid, and I'll send you over to the fallen state.
where they have committed a crime by being here illegally, he should ship them back home. Do you agree to that? He should ship the illegals back?
But he's not doing that.
No,
but he's not doing that.
I asked, do you agree that he should ship
He doesn't
the
let
illegals
Jesse
back?
finish a sentence hardly the whole
Are
time.
you talking about violent criminals or nonviolent criminals?
Especially the farther it goes, the less Jesse can finish a
illegally.
sentence.
Yeah, so I'll answer that. I'll answer.
All right, God bless, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you tonight. Later, Jeff. Deuces.
Hold on. You agree with me that the Great White Hope should ship the ones that are here illegal back to wherever they came from, right?
Well,